minutes from being home. 25. Just a heads up.
That's okay.
That should
We
be
can
fine.
we can work around it. We'll make sure and jump into a battle real quick and put you on the front line.
Sweet.
60% of the time it works every time.
Looks like I'm missing some people from Roll20. Or at least one person.
You're definitely missing me.
Just Miri, and Dan's gonna be late, so.
Yeah, Dan said
I-
he'd be
Matt.
late tonight too.
I haven't
Yeah.
sat down at my computer yet. I'll be there shortly.
Alright, well, in the meantime, Valamin,
In the meantime.
are you okay doing Scribe tonight?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright, and Hohenheim, do you want to give us a recap of the previous session?
Oh shit, that was me. Yeah.
Okay, you
Oh.
posted it.
Welcome back.
You did post it, so.
I forgot right there, man. Okay. 61st of winter, 6:30 p.m. Year, cycle, 1157, 13th cycle. Hohenheim family log. During fight, I see red. Why? Family. They get attacked? After, I can think again. Dead big bodies are everywhere. We hide in Master's flying hole. Looking down, we see enemies. And they have prisoner. Master want distraction. Anger Kitty wants to jump in. While I think, new friend appears next to us. Wait, did strong woman do something? Or did Master? I don't know, I miss. Anger Kitty want to fight though. Oh my. Battle start. During battle, I hear yells, metal clashing, and flesh bodies being destroyed. Brings back bad memories. I not like. Anger Kitty gets hurt. This makes me more angrier. Do not hurt family. Sees more red. Meanwhile, Uslog dances with some giants. Arapel avoids most of the fight. Malin and Valamin throws blurries of flows. And Carl is the best of Vaderlam. Chomsky offers amazing support while Hohenheim rains black abyssal spells from the distance. After the fight, we need a new metal friend, and he seems familiar. We tie up Big Boss Man and talk about what to do next. Family friends wants to send Big Boss Man back naked, and with writing note. They hide Big Boss clothes. So silly. Everyone talk more, I lose interest. I don't need to say much. We decide to leave and track later. 8:30 p.m. We find place to set camp. It looked nice. No big bad scaries here. Then, angry roar. We decide to leave well enough alone. And we sleep. I watch. Others watch too, maybe? Tiny little and new friend. We all talk and find out about new friend. He have troubled past. He look very young. 62nd of winter at 8 a.m. We decide to follow Big Boss. We find out where he come from. We track all day. 63rd of winter. We follow more. We find cave Big Boss Man sleeping. Inside, we find Dead Hunter. I guess also supplies? We take close to show family. We talk and then decide to follow Big Boss. I sending pretty lady in town master message. We have found cloaks and dead bodies of fallen hunters. We will track giants and let you know once they have been taken care of. I sounded smart. We'll follow up with the update after more information.
Alright, thank you for that recap. Must say, for an espionage specialist, you have the strangest personality. But
Makes it work.
I guess
I
it's
not
working.
talk good. 82nd of winter, 8 a.m. He has
Yeah.
grasped time very well.
I'm just thinking of like
Some things he just gets, man. You
some
know?
kind of weird like spy movie where the like dialogue is all in that type of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Johnny English, you know?
I was
Mr. Bean.
like, he could just be a bumbling fool who like keeps achieving things by accident. He
Like,
got into
Mr.
espionage
Bean
by
or something.
accident. Just
Yeah,
lots of,
failing
like,
upwards.
dumb luck.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean the spy or something.
He just seems so nice and so like easygoing. People are like, oh yeah, I trust him. Let me just spill my secrets, even though he's kind of a doof.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, it is currently the 63rd of winter at 8 a.m. I believe you had just rested, excuse me, and woken up. So, yeah, I believe you were planning to follow the trail into the mountains, if I remember correctly.
We believe we're fairly close Is that what we
Yeah,
saw?
we could
some
see
fire
his
in the distance.
campfire
Yeah.
off in the distance, and he had taken off in the morning before we had. And yeah, we were
that was
contemplating.
that was the previous day. And then
Oh,
today
so we're
you,
even closer.
Today you came upon the cave, I believe, and now you believe he
Yep.
has traveled up into the mountains. So you're not
That's
sure
right.
how far away you are. I think you had decided from the tracks that you were a couple of hours behind him. Is what it looked like.
Okay.
All right, so you are going into mountain traveling. There is a path here, so you don't have to worry about using athletics or pathfinding. I assume you're just following his trail up the path.
Yeah.
All right. You are going a little slower than him since he has a higher speed and you're trailing him.
That's
Makes it
okay.
harder
We
to-
don't want to catch up with them.
Yeah, you're trying to
Yeah.
see where he's going. All right. So up into the mountains, you begin to travel. I will need a survival check from whoever's leading the expedition, as well as up to one helper if you want.
Salamon's been doing it a lot.
Now, I am not good at that.
Okay.
Yeah, I had
can-
Mal or Max or whatever, our new guy, helping out with some of those checks. I don't
yeah.
know whether
can
we
do
could
that for now.
utilize him until he gets here, or if Carly wants to do it. Yeah.
I'll help out.
Hey,
Here's
I guess I'm
podcast.
getting. Today's a
Alright,
good day.
So you're doing
Yeah.
pretty good. Doing some trailblazing. Moving up into the mountains, following the path. Let me roll something.
Related.
So
Don't worry, just DM rolling.
you come upon what looks like some kind of abandoned camp. You would guess it may have belonged to the Giants a while back. The trail kind of goes through, doesn't really stop here. So you can keep going, but it looks like there is some old campfires and debris and maybe some stuff they left behind. If you're interested in taking a look, it might slow you down, but what do you want to do? Do you want to
Well,
check this out or just keep going?
Val would be open to checking out to see if there's anything there of interest or value. What does the party think?
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can start. Give me 10 minutes, and we'll see if there's anything magic around here.
Fantastic.
So to check out the camp, it's mostly either perception or investigation, which would tell you different things.
I have investigations with terrible intelligence.
I have really good investigation. If you could roll for me, that would be awesome.
All right.
But I get it because I'm not there.
I can roll for you. It's not hard.
Did I tell you you were looking
Thank you
great
so
today,
much.
DM? We appreciate you so much.
How do you know what I'm looking?
The stream?
All right.
All right.
You haven't looked out your window lately. Dawson standing there.
Peekaboo.
Look how gorgeous he looks today, guys. Oh, isn't he so attractive?
And that's how I was removed from the game.
Please don't sexually assault our DM.
Valman has left the game. All right, here we go. Investigation. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good job.
19 and a 30 since Matt's not here.
Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like the camp may have been utilized for moving things before this. There are signs of maybe some other crates that may have been stacked up and other supplies, possibly looted from other caravans. Does anyone... Well, you would guess this stuff, because of where you are, may belong to some of the dwarven settlements and not actually the Teruvian Empire. But you don't know for sure.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Did anyone want to make a perception check?
I mean, I got +5.
Yeah, why don't you give it a shot?
Passive is 21, I think. But yeah, go for it.
All right. So
12.
You think the tracks continue through here, but you don't notice anything else of value around. So yeah, that's pretty much what you find out from your maybe 10 minutes spent looking around.
Okay. I propose that we continue on the trail then, since nothing found here, but that Dwarven stuff sure is interesting.
It's currently about
Yeah.
6:30 in the evening at the moment.
Would my detect magic have gone off and spotted anything?
Yeah, you can use detect magic while they were searching. Or wait, no, you were searching too, weren't you? You want to take another 10 minutes after you do your investigation? Because you were probably
I'm fine
investigating.
passing on it.
Kind of looks like the camp's pretty good, I guess. Like
Yeah,
Okay.
they moved on, obviously. So
that's the
I think
vibes
we
I
could
got.
risk that.
Alright, so you continue. What is the highest passive perception in the group currently? Is
I'm
it
at
15?
20,
20? Oh.
Chomsky.
and I
think
believe
Chomsky
Clank is at
21.
21, or Chomsky.
Let's
Chomsky.
see. What weren't you guys rolling perception?
Yeah, right.
So you would notice as you're traveling, continuing, it's getting towards nightfall, but you would see it looks like higher up on the peak there is smoke coming from something that you can't see from here. Might be a campfire. It looks like it's a bit large to be a campfire, and too contained to be like a wildfire. It's probably maybe some kind of settlement.
Would
Or-
there be any wind blowing in our direction that might carry the scent of that smoke to give us more idea?
Sure. I mean, it smells. It would probably smell to you like wood burning.
Okay.
So fairly pleasant smell. But it doesn't look like the giant trail goes up that way. So this might be something else. In any case,
The
this
dwarves, perhaps?
it's possible.
Yeah, we did see some Dwarven stuff back there.
Yeah, perhaps the giants raided
Huh.
that at some point. Raided a dwarven settlement.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't look like there's an obvious path from here up there, but yeah, you could try to pathfind and find a way up.
I
I'd be
worry
curious
if
to
there's a
check it out.
settlement fire, there may be survivors or people that we could assist.
Or maybe even people who thrive out here and can help us.
Yeah.
But, Uslag, what were you saying?
Oh, I said I would be interested in checking it out.
Yeah, me as well.
Alright,
Yeah,
Uslag, would you mind
probably-
helping me pathfind?
Sure. I mean, it'll probably make it difficult to find the giants.
Well, we could
Camp
always
when we-
backtrack to here if we don't find anything and continue
Yeah,
tracking.
that's true.
How difficult can a giant be to find?
Yeah,
Look
especially
for
a camp
bent
of
trees.
giants.
you'd imagine
Good
not
point.
usually too difficult.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's pathfind.
Let's go, girl.
I'll help Valaman.
All right.
Alright, give me one moment to look something up.
Seems to have gotten the hang of this snowy terrain a little bit better than Uslag.
I am a snowcat afterwards. After all.
As we're traveling through the cold, we notice Valaman starts getting a little bit lighter colored.
Yeah.
Hey, he's like
Little
a
fluffier.
hare.
Or throwing
Turning
snowballs
white
to
in the
himself.
winter. Yeah. Yeah, between my darn toes. Got toe balls.
What was my nickname in high school?
Don't ask.
Alright, so I get those survival checks from you.
Yes. 13.
Good thing I'm helping you.
Oh, I need your help. Hey, look at you go. You're
Alright.
adapting well. Are you stealing my
Dude,
fur?
she's rolling
Yeah,
all day
we're
today.
we're adaptable. We're an
So
adaptable.
you're doing
people.
fairly well climbing up, but there is going to be some athletics checks involved for the group here. Luckily, they're not going to be too difficult because you did a pretty good survival roll. So I need athletics checks from everyone. Probably moderate difficulty. So DC, you're looking at around 10 in case you feel like that.
Do I
might
have
be
anything
tough.
that swaps
Bye.
my strength checks to dex checks? I feel like I do. Or is that?
Your
Your
astral
monk, your
arms,
arm
astral
things.
bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, spend
Yeah,
some
okay.
I don't think those
You do
last
have
enough
something.
for that to happen, though.
Am I
10
thinking of my
minutes.
Tuesday character for swapping strength to dex?
Wisdom.
would- You would
Uh,
need something that lasts
Strength and
for.
wisdom.
Or go ahead. You need something that lasts
How
for at
long
least an
does-
hour.
Okay.
So that your astral arms don't last that long.
Yeah, they're 10 minutes.
Because there's some. There's basically going to be some climbing.
Alright, yeah, I'll go ahead
Oh,
and make my
no.
athletics check.
More than a
Oh,
quick
thank
climb.
goodness.
Alright, looks like everyone did pretty
You are a
good.
cat.
Even these smaller Arapel. Who actually is one of the few who I think didn't dump stat strength. But anyway. So as you get closer, you start to see what you thought was the side of the mountain is actually some sort of large stone gate. And you climb
he
up
has a
onto
13 strength.
Yeah, you climb up onto a snowy path that's actually fairly wide and looks like it is a worked stone path going through the upper parts of the mountain. You're pretty high up now. And about probably 100 feet from you sits a closed stone gate, which you probably... Does anyone speak Dwarven or have anything in their
Yes.
background Dwarven?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
probably recognize this as Dwarven architecture.
This appears to be dwarven architecture.
The winds are blowing, and actually, Valaman, with your impressive perception, you would see a couple of dwarven guards high up on the gate. Looks like they're armed with crossbows. They're black braids kind of blowing in the wind, kind of looking down
Beautiful.
over. You don't know if they've noticed you yet, but it looks like they are on guard. What does the group want to do?
Would there be any reason why the dwarves would maybe be unfriendly to us if we show faith and are friendly with them? Should we announce ourselves?
I know absolutely nothing about the dwarves.
I mean, I
I'm
think
gonna give it a friendly shot unless somebody thinks otherwise.
I'm gonna join in and wave.
I would absolutely support. There is no reason to be hostile towards the dwarves. We should absolutely treat with them.
So Val would walk down the middle of the path, staying obviously out in the open. He's not carrying any weapons, so he wouldn't look very aggressive. And kind of, he should know enough of a friendly greeting of some sort, whether it's a hand gesture or signal to them with his knowledge of the dwarves.
Can I step forward with him and just walk with him? The two of us, like.
Glow beautifully yellow.
All right. Are the rest of you staying behind? Or are
I'd
you
stay a
all?
little
No,
bit
that they'd
behind.
have to. Yeah, just
Oh, I think we're losing you, Matt. You're the robot now.
Beep boop.
Or maybe it's
I would-
Carl speaking.
Yeah. I'll follow whatever the rest of the party does.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, are the
stopping
two
a
of you
respectable
going, or-
distance from the doors. I think we would all stay together,
Okay.
and not, like charge at the
Yeah.
gates or get excessively close or anything. Just demonstrating, hey, here we are. We're friendly. We're not trying to hide or anything else.
All right. So as you approach, one of the dwarves would notice you, and he would call down, "You there? What's your business?"
Hello,
doesn't-
good
We're
dwarf.
He hasn't drawn his cross for anything. He's just kind of looking down and looking around to see what else is going on. It's kind of
language
dark,
is he
so he
speaking?
doesn't see you very well. He's speaking common.
Okay.
I would
I would-
light a torch.
I would call out in Dwarvish greetings.
He says, you should be careful. There have been giants sighted in the area. Everyone's on high guard. What are you doing up here? You don't look like caravan traders. Some group of mercenaries, perhaps?
Yes, good
We-
sir. We are a group of mercenaries. We were helping the town at daybreak with some of the giant issues, and we have been tracking and fighting with some of these giants that have been causing issue for the Hunters Guild.
He says, the Hunters Guild of Daybreak.
Yes, sir.
I'm familiar. So, what are you doing up here? Are you just looking for a place to stay for the evening?
We would greatly appreciate that. We've been on the trail of a fire giant that came not too far from here. We were tracking him down.
He nods. He says, a moment. Oi! Open the doors! And you hear
goodness.
a
Nice. We didn't even
cranking...
have to do a persuasion. They're friendly.
No, they seem fairly
Yeah.
friendly. The
They're
doors
good.
open, and there are 6 dwarves there, fairly armored, kind of looking around carefully, and they motion for the group to approach.
Okay. We would meet them there and, polite professional greetings with them. Thank them for their hospitality and letting us come warm our little toesies up.
He says,
Oh,
welcome,
sweet.
welcome to Fort Grindor.
Fort
An old
Grindor.
retired fort from the days of the war with the Teruvian Empire, if you haven't been here before. Where are you?
Oh,
So
I
you're
see a
kind of-
Is
bath.
this the day?
You're kind of on the
I see a bath.
back
Oh,
of
wait.
this place.
That's so cool.
Oh, the back. Okay.
So yeah, you're kind of coming in this way.
Here?
Okay. Here at the
Uh,
north is where he'd
yeah, north.
indicated.
Oh, yeah, that's where I think. Yeah.
So he says, before you enter, this is usually kind of a midway point for a lot of traders coming to and fro between the empires. I'm assuming you're going to want to pay for accommodations for the evening.
Not
Yeah,
unless I can
well, if
arm
there is
wrestle
a
you
way-
for it. Ha ha.
If there is a way that we can stay, since we are also helping you out,
How? We
With
just met
giant
them. How are we
problems.
helping them out?
there is giants nearby.
Give me a persuasion attempt at disadvantage. He kind of crosses his arms and raises an eyebrow at that. He's like, helping us out. I don't know who you are, friend.
Where'd he go, Hohenheim?
He says, well, no, we don't really do charity. I mean, I guess if you're desperate, but looking by your armor and your armaments, I'm assuming you're pretty well off. You don't seem like no beggars moving through the mountains. Honestly, you'd probably be dead if you were.
We're more than willing to pay your fees, sir. Yes, we would greatly appreciate some accommodations, some good drinks, and maybe some stories shared with you guys. Catch up on what's going on up here. This is a very nice accommodation. We appreciate it.
One of the guys is like, we should probably bring him in. And he's looking around there. He's like, yeah, all right, inside. Let's get these gates closed.
Very well.
All right, so the bunch of you come inside as the massive double doors swing shut, closing up the front. And he would say, just move on ahead inside, and you should see one of our people in there. He'll get you all settled.
We'd
I'm
move
just
in towards the red carpet here and kind of wait in the center of the room for further direction.
yeah,
Thank you,
would,
friend, I say as we're walking by.
You would notice a couple of dwarves up on the parapet type thing up there looking down with crossbows. Looks like a kind of a murder way if someone broke down the gate. They have to get through the second door and get shot up a bunch.
Nice.
So you come into the main hall area over here as someone nicely put the token down. And an older looking dwarf smoking a pipe walks over. He says, greetings, name's Bromber Ironside. Welcome to Fort, I forgot the name already, Fort Grimdor.
Grimdor, yeah.
Side.
He says,
This is a dwarven surname of some esteem, I believe, some history. It seems familiar to me.
What, you mean Grimdor?
No, Iron. What did he say? Iron Door. I
Oh,
forgot.
Ironside.
Ironside. Yeah. Why does that sound familiar?
There's a lot of Ironside dwarves, he says. My family, they do okay, but we're no heroes or anything. There's a couple of people you might be thinking of, but in any case, let me get a tally of how many of you are. Do you have any pack mules or carriages or anything you need stored?
No carriages. We travel pretty lightly going through the thickets and brambles here. I think a carriage would be a little rough for us. We didn't follow the trail exactly coming up here. Was he privy to the conversation had at the gate?
No, he was inside. You don't think he heard. You were just talking to the guards out there. This place, or at least, yeah, this room seems fairly empty besides him. You would notice there are a couple of doorways off to the side. They're partially open. You might notice like a office back here with the door currently closed. I didn't bother making a dungeon map of this place because I didn't figure you'd be fighting in here.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of storage areas in this first room. He says, well, it looks like there are 6 of you. Accommodations for the evening are going to be 10 gold apiece, basically aristocratic for this place.
Okay. Oh, very well.
He says, and of course that comes with the finest accommodations the dwarves can offer. We got baths and training areas and all sorts of nice, warm, fiery places for you to rest and relax.
We greatly appreciate that.
Is this
One of your
privy?
guardsmen had spoke about the giants in the area. Have you guys had issues with the giants up here as well?
Oh, we're always dealing with giants getting a little too aggressive. But, I mean, this fort survived quite a lot from the days of the war. The giants so far haven't been organized enough to do anything against it. Most we get is hill giants getting too close every now and then. A few crossbows in their hide usually sends them running.
Have you dealt with a fire giant at all?
Fire giants? He says no. He looks a little bit concerned. He says, there are fire giants in the area? We don't usually see those.
I kind of look to the group now, finally realizing like maybe I should get their input on whether I can keep sharing.
He says, in these parts,
Yes.
fire giants are a rarity. More to the west, up in the, what's that area called? I don't think I have it on this map. But far west of here, near the borders of the Teruvian Empire, those mountain ranges have more giants. In fact, they have a stronghold up there. But yeah, we don't see them much over here.
Well, good sir, we've been on the trail of a fire giant that appeared to be leading a group. And while we were tracking him, we saw fires coming from this direction or smoke coming from this direction. And around that same time, we had found a camp, and it looked like some of the stuff that they had taken and moved in that camp had dwarven markings similar to the front gate there. And we're trying to track this guy down. He seems to have been either a leader or part of a strike group that has unfortunately killed a few members of the Hunters Guild.
That's unfortunate. Says, well, I haven't heard anything, but one of the scouts are people who usually hunt and keep an eye in the area. May have seen something. How long ago this giant come through? Any idea?
Man, it would have been pretty recent. We were getting closer, kind of hot on his trail before we saw the smoke and wanted to investigate in case we worried that maybe they had raided a settlement up here. We were not familiar with this fine establishment.
Says no, most people aren't. We mostly get traders from the Dwarven Empire and some of those coming up from Teruvian Empire. the Darok, not the Dwarven, you would say the Darok Empire. We have traders come through, heading south into your lands, and your people coming up into here every now and then. But this isn't a very popular place. It's an old fort back from the days of the war, though it's been a while since our two empires have been at odds, luckily.
Okay, very well.
Yeah, so you each are going to pay him the 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, I've deducted the 10 for Val already.
All right, so he would take the money from
Oh,
each of
Slug,
you.
would you spot me, please?
Yes, I was just about to ask. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, if
Slug will
anybody
be fair.
else needs spotted, yeah, I have no problem helping
Slug's
out
the
either.
group like Sugar Mama. He's like,
Well, yeah,
I'll
like,
pay
I
the- I'll pay
spent
the
all my
10.
money on the research we did in the capital.
Yeah. Yeah.
she's got all the money. Who did we just get?
Matt jumped back in now.
Welcome back.
Oh,
So
thank you.
yeah, it would basically cost 10 gold pieces, Matt. So he collects the money from all of you, and he gives you all a quick rundown of the place, saying that let's see, I'll put you up in the rooms over here, give you a pool and everything. Please don't
What a
bathe in
weird
the pool.
layout.
He says, if you want a bath, the baths are in here. Don't bathe in the pool. That's not meant for bathing. It's meant for relaxing. Other than that, you can pretty much wander. We got a nice library. We got training areas. We got all sorts of stuff. Did you say what a weird layout to him?
That was more out of character. Like, it just
Okay.
seems so strange. Like, I honestly thought those beds might be like pool lounge chairs because it's just such a weird way to have a bedroom right off of a
Right off of the pool. Yeah. He says,
I'm glad they indicated that it wasn't for bathing because I remember a particular pool I ruined
Yeah.
after a nasty
Yeah,
fight
please,
with some gross
please-
monster.
yeah, he kind of looks you all over, and he says, yeah, please bathe before you use
Guys,
the
I
pool."
think the privies are like literally like 5 feet from our door.
Well, that's a different room. He says,
Just a little bathroom.
yeah, he says, you'll have to excuse, this place wasn't originally built to be an inn, so we had to kind of convert it.
Where is the-
through the illogical design of
The
all
mess
these?
hall. Where's the mess hall? No, actually,
Uh,
Arapel would probably be commenting on dwarven aspects of the architecture and dwarven culture. That's like he would be following all the
Like an automated
proper
tour.
like
the-
polite like protocol of dwarven society, like how he thanks and how he greets and everything. He's clearly like very familiar with dwarven culture.
says, the
Although
eating
he
area is
might
over here.
be a cycle behind in those manners and words though. Might be a little bit antiquated.
You can just give the cook what you want to eat, and he'll cook something up for you.
Talking about everything's hip and jive.
You just ask, stay out of the basement areas. Don't go down any of the stairwells. Just stay on the main floor. If you want to go above, that's fine. But yeah, there's not much up there. You can walk the parapets with the guards if you really want. They might be a little grumpy.
What is in basement?
They might be a little what?
Grumpy. You ask what's in the basement. He says mostly supplies and things that we don't really let our guests interact with.
Do I believe him?
Well,
You can give me a persuasion check, or sorry, an
Insight.
insight.
Do you
my
have
friend-
vision to the north and east from here, from the parapet, sir?
He says, yeah, if you go up on the walls, you can see pretty far out. Not as much up the mountain, but definitely down and below. It's kind of dark at this point, so you're probably not going to see much, but in the morning you could see the pretty far off into the mountain and the valleys below.
Yes, I would be interested in perhaps walking the parapet in the morning to get a little better idea of the layout here. Like I said, there was a fire giant that was passing to the north and east of this establishment.
Says, yeah, sure, just mind the sides, you don't want to fall off. As for Hohenheim, you think he's being honest. There might be more down there than he's saying, but you don't get the sense that he's like, up to no good or trying to trick you
He's
or
not-
anything.
Being deceitful. Okay. All right. I just keep that to myself and just kind of nod my head.
If I get
is
him
there
drunk, will he
anybody-
tell me more?
Huh?
If I get him drunk, will he tell me more?
You asking him?
Semi-OC here.
Oh,
Thinking about
maybe.
inviting him to the bathing or the relaxing pool there, and kind of chilling in the hot tub, having some drinks, seeing what else we might discern from this establishment in a less official manner.
He says, well, my office is right over here, so if you have any questions, just come see me. You can also talk to one of the servants. They're usually pretty friendly, as long as they're not busy.
Did we get his name?
Something Ironside.
Oh, that's right, Ironside. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Brober
beginning of the
Ironside.
conversation. Yeah.
Rover.
Brober.
Is there anybody in particular I should talk to about maybe using a workshop to repair some things? Or access to the library. I have not kept up on my readings. And neither has Carl. He needs to step his game up.
Do we have a workshop here?
It looks like this might be one here, maybe, or maybe that's a shop. I don't know. Below the library.
Yeah, so he's looking. He says, well, you could certainly use the library. We don't really have a stocked work area. Well, we have one downstairs, but that's kind of off limits. You need to do some work here?
Oh, I'm always tinkering. But also if there's anything, I could repair for you guys or make your life easier, I could probably put something together.
He kind of looks at you a little closer. He says, "You're you a rock gnome?"
Yes. I don't know if I've introduced myself, but Noam Chomsky.
He says, "Yeah, I recognize some of the features. No, we're pretty good at repairing and keeping this place up to shape. You know, we've been doing it. Well, I can't say since the war, but since we took hold of this place. I mean, dwarves and all that. He gives you a wink. So we appreciate the offer, though. And if you do need to use a workshop, it's not a common request, but I could probably have someone escort you downstairs and use one of the work areas.
Well, quite possibly. I really appreciate it, Broke Ironside.
Says, yeah.
And I appreciate the hospitality. I'm so grateful for it, as all of us are.
As well, it's good to meet new people. We usually have the same clients coming through throughout the year. Does your group have a name? Or want to tell me more about what you're doing up here? Sounds like you were looking for some giants.
Some of us, some people know us as the Splitlanders. And we do have a member of the Foxgloves with us as well.
Oh, yeah, I heard about the Foxgloves. Some nasty business in the old ruins of Issac, eh?
Yeah.
This is interesting. Kind of semi-celebrities, then. Well, welcome, Splitlanders / Foxglove. It's good to have you. Alright, well, I'll get out of your hair. You probably want to get settled in for the evening. Again, probably get some food, maybe have a bath, and then enjoy the night soaking in our pool. And he will say, anything for storage? I can put in the things here.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
I like to keep everything on me.
All right.
Yeah. I have books and books in here that I will stay up late reading.
Well, the vault areas are very secure. Not that things get stolen around here, but sometimes some of the more wealthy merchants like their stuff locked up just in case. All right. Have a good evening, all of you.
You too.
And he goes back to his office.
Solomon promptly beats feet to the showers and heads to the pool.
All right, so you go to the large bath area where there are several attendants waiting who pour buckets of what looks like water that's been steamed up into a bathing receptacle where you take a bath. Is anyone?
Is the life. This is worth the 10 gold.
Yeah, you. I know it looks like a laundry room, but it's actually a bathroom. There's just some laundry laying around. right, so does anyone want to do anything in particular, or do you just want to rest here the evening? I assume get food, do all the normal stuff, and
Yeah.
go to sleep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is there any need for information gathering here tonight?
You would notice there are a couple of other guests here. They have rooms separate from yours, though.
Val says, I'll keep the pool area occupied and see if I can meet anybody in the pool area, but that is where I will be.
All right.
Cool.
So
Cool.
the evening.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the evening is passing, unless anyone is doing anything. You all feel very relaxed. There's something weird about this pool. It's more relaxing than
I didn't pee in it.
it's weird warmth. But no, it's very relaxing, and actually,
Ooh.
So, like,
Arcana
moving
might
this,
tell
like,
you
funerals?
something.
Yeah, sure. Fail this epically.
Does it smell like sulfur?
No, it's not a hot springs pool, unfortunately.
okay.
But you would,
great.
you probably would notice that there's almost like a magic quality to it, as you recognize the water is a little bit different from other water that you've seen, Chomsky. Reminds you of water that may have been magically enhanced somehow.
Wow.
Are my black spots gonna sparkle?
I don't know about that. I'll
Oh.
look at. Do I know like if I'm allowed to drink it? Is it gonna help at all? Or I mean, it's just magic. Makes me feel good.
It is very relaxing, so it might
Here,
just
you
be
can
some
test
sort
it.
of,
As I'm like splashing a little bit of water at Chomsky.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna enjoy the magical spa bath.
Slug's gonna cannonball into the pool.
Yeah! Woohoo! Loving it.
All right.
I
So
was
yeah,
always up
you
for a party.
you eat, you soak, and the evening will pass. It is now the morning time, 8 a.m. on the 64th, and you actually, did everyone use the pool?
Can Valaman use a water skin and fill it up in the pool?
Sure, although you're not sure this is supposed to be water you drink. But if you just
Yeah,
want to
never
take,
know
I don't
who feed
have-
in it.
if you just
Yeah,
want to
I
take
don't
a
have
sample
any.
of it,
Yeah, I don't have anything other than a water skin to hold.
You want a
water.
vial?
Yeah,
I
if you
have
have a
plenty of
vial, I don't know why, but I want a sample of this wonderful water.
Alright, so you would notice that in the morning you are more relaxed feeling than normal. You would actually each have 10 temporary hit points.
Nice.
That's all.
Oh.
All right.
Beautiful.
But yeah, what do you want to do in the morning this next day?
Val would like to stretch and do his morning meditation and stretching exercises, and then he is still interested in getting a lay of the land to the north and the east. I think that's the direction that fire giant headed. Would have been
Yeah, I would go up
north and
with
east
you.
of the
Yeah.
structure. Is that right? The layout's kind of backwards here, like it's came in from the north side of it somehow.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought we knew-
the directions on the map aren't necessarily correct. But
Okay.
yeah,
Alright.
if you go up to the
Can
parapets and look around.
Yeah, kind of wanting to check further up. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, kind of northeast direction where the
Slug would go up
fire
with you too,
giant
and
had
she'd
gone.
be like
So-
making notes on the map.
The fire
Um,
giant was heading west.
Oh,
You were
okay. I was
following him
backwards.
this way. Looking down, you can't see much to the north because it goes a little bit higher up, so the mountains are kind of in the way. But you can kind of see down and around. There's a couple of dwarven guards up there with you, keeping an eye out. You don't see much on the main path. The main path that you climbed up to goes south of here, kind of down this way. It also goes south down this way. It kind of splits at the fort, going 2 different ways. You were a little bit down more, below, on one of the peaks below, and you were following a trail that was going west, if that all makes sense.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah, what do you want to do? Besides just look around. You don't really see a giant or anything obvious in the distance looking down in the morning.
Okay.
Just,
No
it's just very
idea of
cold
a
out
camp
here.
or anything like fires burning. Seeing smoke in the distance, anything like that.
No, and if the giants did move past here, they might know about this place, so they'd probably avoid anything to give themselves away.
Mm.
You would guess, anyway.
Usluck might ask a couple of the guards at the top if there's any like notable landscape mark or like notable pieces of the landscape, like any named peaks or anything like that that she can note on her map.
So there's not as much around here. Path goes north. If you follow it for a couple of days, you'll get to the edge of the Darrock Empire in one of the border towns. It's probably the closest thing of note. The 2 paths go down to the human settlements to Zorik and Daybreak. He kind of points to the southeast and southwestern paths, he says, but mostly it's just mountain out there. Kind of treacherous mountain, too. You want to be careful if you're going off the paths.
Thank you.
He nods. Is anyone else doing anything?
I would try to wake up early and cook breakfast for everybody.
All right, like use their kitchen, or just in the room.
Use their kitchen.
All right.
Go all out.
The dwarves are just like, well, we could just cook you breakfast. I mean, you paid a bunch of money.
Yeah, but I really want to. I like cooking, and let it be a way of me showing my gratitude, or our group showing our gratitude to all of you. Take the day off, or the morning off.
Give me a persuasion with advantage.
Uh-oh.
8.
Yeah.
He says, well, you're just cooking for your people?
Oh, I could cook for the entire inn if you want.
Oh, no, that's okay. If you're just cooking for your people, it should be okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, he just gives you a stove. He says you can use this one.
Thank you, friend. You sure I can't cook anything for you?
He says, it's okay. We're decent cooks. Customer's always right, but I don't know. The boss might be a little bit weirded out if I just had you cook for the whole place. We don't know you very well. No offense.
You haven't heard of the famous Noam Chomsky? I'm a world-renowned chef.
He says, oh, nah, I haven't heard of you. Which empire are you popular in?
Teruvian, for the most part.
Oh, well, that's
and
probably...
some in other lands.
He says, it's probably why I haven't been down to the Teruvian Empire much. But
Understand.
I can check with the boss, I guess, and see if he's okay with you cooking for more people. But
no, your call. I don't want to cause trouble. I just wanted to show my gratitude towards you.
Says, well, you're paying us, friend. It's fine. Your money shows your gratitude, so don't worry about it.
No, thank you.
So yeah, he would give you the stove. Was anyone else doing anything or saying anything? I think someone was asking them something.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that dwarf who the boss is, or who the leader is.
That's Valaman or Hohenheim?
Valaman, sorry.
Alright, so if you came down later after doing your little walk the parapets, I'll say, like, maybe went over with Chomsky, he would say... Oh, surprised you don't know. Kroger?
Good food.
General Kroger? Well, not a general anymore, the other one says. He says, well, he still likes to be called that, old guys. Says, some kind of war hero from back in the big war. Laren Kroger is his full name, though he usually wants to just be called General. Doesn't come up and talk to the guests much. Kind of a weird old guy. He's usually downstairs or walking the grounds up top.
Okay, thank you for the information. I just wanted to be sure that if we happen to run into the general, we would be able to address him properly with his titles. Thank you for the information.
Says, yeah, sure, no worries. Anything else we can answer for you?
I don't think so. We found out there's a border town to the west. Is that correct?
There's yeah, no, the town's up north, not west. West will lead you down into Zurich. North is the way you go if you're looking for the Darrock Empire. Up further in the mountains.
Okay. Just trying to get a feel for where this giant was headed should we decide to continue tracking him.
Well, straight west will lead you into the valley down below, but that's several days through the mountain. Did you tell him it was a giant?
Yeah, I think we've been pretty forthcoming with a lot of that information, letting
Yeah,
them know that
fire
we were
giant.
tracking a fire giant.
You didn't tell the
And that
cooks
they've-
that. The cooks kind of look at each other and they're like, "There's a fire giant in the area."
Oh, yes. I would proceed to tell him a lot of the same information that I had informed the guard and Ironside of.
Oh, well, that's weird. Usually, fire giants come with other fire giants. Well, maybe I should talk with some of the scouts. Maybe they know something.
Yes, yeah, you seem to have quite a bit of information, sir. Anything that you could help us with would be greatly appreciated. This seemed to be a fire giant that was a group of hill giants. And he was all by himself when we ran into him. It was quite peculiar, yeah.
Have we disclosed that we might have found a former stash that the Giants had stolen from? It looked like a dwarven.
Yeah, I think we told
stuff?
Ironside about that.
Okay.
He didn't seem to give it.
I
think
don't think
we
you
told
said it
him-
was a dwarven stash. I think you just said, or maybe
It
you
had
said it to
dwarven
the-
markings on it, and it looked like they had stolen some stuff that had markings similar to the front door.
Did you tell him that? I don't remember you saying that.
I
Yeah,
think it was
it
more in
might have
relation
got
to
passed
the,
over.
the camp that we had found, but specifically the stash that we found.
I remember
you might
you saying
mention.
something about something being stolen like around daybreak or from daybreak, but I might be misremembering. Well, in any case, he says, I can certainly keep an ear open and let you know if anything else pops up about fire giants, but I haven't heard anything.
But it's unusual for giants to be this close to.
Sometimes we get hill giants in the area, but fire giants, yeah, I don't think we've seen those around here. And he looks at the other guy. He says, yeah, I mean, not for a while.
Well,
Years.
good friends. What were your names? Bill and George?
Sure, they give you their names. I don't actually have names for these guys. You can generate some if you really want.
No.
I like
Bill and
Bill and
George.
George.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
sure.
want to
Bill and George.
If we thank you for letting us use your stove. You sure you don't want any of these this breakfast food here? Quick snack.
I might taste some of it. We'll see.
Some gnomish favorites.
I think we got Malin in, right? I heard
Yeah,
someone
my
come
bad.
in.
We do.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi,
Sorry
Malin.
about that.
So,
Look, the meeting was at 7:45, and then I came there like, that was so we could start at 8:15 on time. I was like, are you serious?
That's how meetings
Oh.
work.
was like-
We're happy to have you. We're
Yeah.
very excited to have you.
So basically, the group was going into the mountains, tracking the giant, and while doing so, they came upon a dwarven fort, which turned out to be some kind of converted fort that was converted into a basically like a inn/hotel area for traders coming from the northern dwarven empire down into the southern human empire,
Nice.
Darrock and Teruvia. So they spent the night there.
Yeah,
Which
they had a great
unfortunately may have given
relaxing
a very relaxing night. They had magical baths, which gave you all 10 temporary hit points. Oh, and it cost 10 gold, so you
Pay
might
the
have
10
to-
gold so you can get 10 temp points. We'll
Kinda,
wreck on
yeah.
you.
That's a good ratio. I'll take that any day.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of spent the evening relaxing, bathing, and then going in the pool. And I don't know if I know that Uslog paid for some people, but I think you have money, right?
I don't know. I actually don't have the amount I started off with on the
Oh,
campaign.
yeah, I did get rescued from some giants.
Yes.
I can
Oh,
spot you if you need.
So maybe Uslog paid for you. All right, sure. If you want to
Much
spend
Mama.
appreciated. I mean, you're dead for 10 gold pieces.
There you go. So yeah, it's the morning time though. The day after, Chomsky is cooking food for the group. Is anyone else doing anything? Since you
Well,
can
how much
see.
downtime did we have?
Last night? Not much. Only like a few hours. Unless you're
Okay.
gonna stay in the in another day.
No, I stepped away and just got back, so I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of got here around 8:30, and then basically just kind of hung out and then went to bed. So it is the next day though, and Chomsky cooks you all breakfast, and
Ooh.
I don't know. I guess make a check with your cooking tools.
Oh. Let's see if I can do that.
What kind of shops we got here?
There's kind of a general store in the over here, in the fort, where there's a kind of middle-aged dwarf selling a bunch of different supplies, kind of in this area.
Like smiths or armory.
It looks
Oh,
like he has mostly like weapons and supplies. Doesn't look like he has many armors, at least not on display.
You need armor, I can make one in a day for you. But that would be a day. We are here.
Oh, okay, guys, I got you.
I would
asking.
kind of whisper
Well-
to Chomsky, it might be a good way for us to welcome him in here. He was, in chains when we found him.
Something else. Oh, well, no.
Hey, that was all part of my plan. They would never take me alive. I swear.
Just wasn't wearing armor.
Huh.
I think you do have some armor integrated though, don't you?
Yeah. I have plate armor that I enhanced.
Yeah, so you would notice he does have some armor already integrated. But yeah, you make a very tasty breakfast for everyone. Even the cooks agree it's way better than what they could have made.
Should have let me cook for the inn. You could have taken the morning off, bud.
You're lost.
He just shrugs. He's like, what else are we going to do? It's fine. So yeah, what does the group want to do? Do you want to stay here longer, or do you want to get back out on the road?
Well, before we go, we've got some treacherous mountainous terrain to cover.
Yeah.
Is there anything we need, like any, I'm going to say this wrong, pitons? Or
Yes,
rope,
so
extra rope?
the little supply area, kind of the quartermaster of the inn would probably just sell you stuff at book price if you need anything
Okay,
like
I'll buy
that.
some
I
pitons
think
because I
we're
don't actually have
cool.
any.
Yeah, normal
Um,
equipment is easy to find here.
Friends, there is a library here, and we are searching for information about Dwarven Rune Masters, right?
We are?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of looking into when we first got here. But,
Yeah, I
when
mean, I
he
guess
when he said we had the library.
Uh,
But I
yeah.
thought when I came back, I thought you guys had already left because I saw the world map.
No, it
I
was
think
just looking down over the peaks.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Well, then, yeah,
What would
I
we
would
do-
have spent a couple hours last night, looking in the library.
Cool. That I just thought of that. I'm glad you remembered that, Mary.
Oh well, you remembered. But I was
someone else saying something? I thought I heard.
Yeah, I was asking. I mean, what's our stats for tracking the fire giant? Like,
He was a few hours ahead, but now staying the night, he could be much further away. You're not sure.
Is it difficult? Is it difficult to track a fire giant in foresty, mountainy, snowy terrain? It seems like that
Not-
might leave a trail.
Not generally. It depends on how long you let the trail sit.
I see.
Only a few hours to a day. You can probably track
Oh,
it fairly easily.
Yeah.
and he's probably been camping along the way. And
Yeah.
So
stuff,
we're probably a day and a half behind right now.
I mean, you
So-
assume he camped for the evening, so
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
came
depends.
in late
Cool.
at night last
Late, we
night, so he
did.
should only have
Have
this morning
the
on
lead.
us.
Yeah.
A couple of extra hours because you did climb up instead of going west. So
Yeah,
he
true
had a
that.
few hours on you extra.
Yeah.
Well,
Half a day.
if like, is it possible for us to have searched the library or do we need full days downtime for that?
What are you trying to accomplish exactly?
I was just going to look for any scrolls or books that might have information or history of Rune Master magic or Rune Master civilization that the Rune Masters were from, the 12th cycle.
So you could probably, because of like how the libraries are, you could probably start looking for some information, but to actually get lore, you'd probably have to spend like a whole
the time reading it.
5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So could we have inquired with the front desk? I don't know what his title is. Ironsides. When we came in, like about when he mentioned that we were welcome to use the library, is there any system where books can be traded or purchased or borrowed?
Oh no, I'm sorry, we don't actually sell any of the books in there. That's actually from Kroger's private collection. So it's only for guests to peruse, and sometimes there's blizzards and they get stuck here for a few days, so it's kind of entertainment. That and the bar and everything.
If we wanted to meet with this Kroger character, how would we go about setting a meeting up? Are we worthy to meet with him?
Laughs. You're talking to Ironsides right now?
I assume so, yeah.
He says, well, he laughs at that. He says he would think he's above meetings, but I'm sure he'd be okay meeting with some guests, depending on why you'd want to meet with him. I can certainly ask him. He's usually a bit gruff, but for paying guests, he's usually willing to give you some time.
Huh.
Well, how do we know we want to necessarily buy this? The book, potentially. We haven't even seen the library.
Yeah, I was just asking the questions to see whether it would have been worth. Arapal doesn't eat, doesn't sleep, and doesn't swim, so he could have at least looked to see if he found any books that looked like they might have some info in it about that era of history. And then if we found one, since we don't have time to read it, we could try to haggle for borrowing it or trading for it or something.
Yeah.
So you can make an intelligence roll if you want to see what you found for a night of just looking around in the library. Did you not go in the pool?
I mean, Arapel wouldn't have had any reason to get in water.
Right. So unfortunately, you probably wouldn't get the 10 extra HP.
It's not that he's not like waterproof. It's just like it would not have occurred to him.
Ooh, warm circuits.
Arapel does not relax.
And it's specifically intelligence, or can it be history or?
It would be more intelligence because it's like finding the books more than knowing things.
I believe in you.
So
your confidence is a bit heightened.
Well, 12's not bad. You probably would have seen a couple of history books that could bear fruit, as some of them do talk about the old Rune Masters of the previous cycles.
How many are we talking? Like, are we talking couple volumes?
You saw probably 3 or 4 books with titles that might have potential.
Okay.
But again, you probably didn't have enough time to really read through them.
Right. So then I would probably last night, or early this morning, let Chomsky and the rest know that, I found 3 titles that could be useful, but it would require time to study them. They are extensive tomes. I'd give you the 3. I'd give you the 3 titles and their catalog numbers or whatever, however they're filed.
Thank you, Arapel. You are such a great teammate.
Well, the general does have a bit of a love of history. Ironside says so. Maybe
I was just going to ask if Kroger was a man of Dwarven Rune history.
Would I know of the general from? Because I also fought in the war.
From this
part
cycle?
of my back history. Yeah.
Were you?
Wait, how long ago was the war?
It was kind of near the time when the two empires emerged from the deep. So around the beginning of the emergence. It's been a while. It's probably been a couple 100 years. So if that lines up, maybe if you want to make a history check.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have anything? So in your background, you did fight in that war.
Correct. I fought in the wars, and that's where I kind of got my after Chomsky revived me. I went and fought in the wars and did everything, and that's when I became like a faction agent afterwards. But yeah, he's tired of war, and that's where he was like a basically a lawful good character, and then after seeing the atrocities of war, he became like a lawful neutral.
Yeah, I guess you can make a history check then. You might know something.
I have poor history, but here we go.
Yeah, you do.
So yeah, you probably wouldn't retain much information on that time period. Maybe
Hate to see it.
it was a hard time in your past. You would rather forget about that, maybe. So yeah, you wouldn't recognize his name in any case, General Kroger.
So it seems we are at a split. We can have a quick conversation with Kroger and then go hunt down this fire giant.
Sounds like a
Yes,
plan.
I think it's wise
Stay
to move
here?
on after our
Cool.
query before he has gotten too far ahead of us, since he is a creature of extreme danger and we need to know what we are dealing with. But it
Absolutely.
wouldn't hurt on our way out to see if we cannot finagle a boon from this group by loaning
From the
us
man named
books.
after
Yeah.
a grocery store.
Yeah, letting a creature that snacks on humans for sustenance, just letting him walk free irks me quite a bit.
Yeah, let's just have a quick audience and ask about
Cool.
the books and then move on.
All right, let me go see if I can find the general. By the way, you should probably call him General. He doesn't know you well enough for you to call him Mr. Kroger or Laren Kroger. So
In general, call the general.
yeah, in general, he laughs a little and says, "Yeah, you got it." So he goes downstairs.
Miri just laughed. Arapel does not get that joke. Just wanted to clarify that was out of character chuckle.
Yep.
Miri loves puns. Arapel does not catch puns.
So, an older-looking guy, dressed in fairly fancy clothes, is going to come up, smoking a big old pipe. He comes from one of the southern doors here, walks into the room, says, "Greetings, friends. I hear that you're looking to learn more about some history books." He says, "Name's General Kroger. Nice to meet you." He extends a hand to shake with someone.
I would respond with
Immediately reach out and shake his hand because I realize he fought in the war and I respect him, but I don't say anything. I just shake his hand.
He looks up at the huge. Are you made of metal or wood?
Metal.
Huge metal man shaking his hand, adjusts his pipe a little, and says, you're a warforged, ain't you?"
I bet you'll see more today than you have in your lifetime.
Now he's kind of looking around, seeing that several of you are, and says, "Ha."
When he introduces himself, Arapel, when we shake his hands, I would address him like with the general title, but in like Old Dwarvish, like a real formal general title, and then introduce myself as with the full designation, CK423 Arapel.
So he takes a bit of a puff from his pipe. His demeanor may be souring a little, and he says, "So, what do you all want exactly? What are you looking for?"
I just wish to thank you for your service. I also fought, and I appreciate.
He looks up at you and says, "Which side did you fight on?"
Ruh-roh.
Uncomfortable silence.
I wish to forget those times, but I strove for peace.
Yeah, I bet. So yeah, like I said, what are you all looking for?
Arapel's eyes are like resting on yellow, and
I give like a weird look, like, huh?
you give who a weird look?
No, not Arapel. Like,
Oh
to-
no, I meant like while that conversation was passing, his eyes stopped their shift,
The general.
their color shift.
Is your human face hidden, or are you like kind of looking a little bit weird with the Warforged body and human face?
well, it's like, yeah, I'm trying to like hide behind the cloak. Like, you can see me like
Okay.
turn my head in the cloak, but
Yeah, he's not paying too close attention to you. I just was curious.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah.
so anyway, so I guess it seems like we might be off on the completely wrong foot and going in the opposite direction we wanted to go with making friends here. But if he knows anything about dwarven craftsmanship, I mean, he might recognize that Arapel is a very, very different craftsmanship than the others.
Does anyone have passive insight of 15 or over?
I do.
You might get the feeling that seeing all these Warforged has made him uncomfortable to maybe a little angry.
Ah,
I pick
whatever
up on this
reason.
and just kind of excuse myself and just say, pleasure, and just step back and kind of be more reserved after that.
He just nods and says, "So yeah, what are you looking for? I heard that you all are new here and that you're looking for some kind of books. I got
Yeah.
Yes,
a bit of a
we-
collection.
Go ahead, Chomsky.
I was gonna say, Arapel, our friend here, said they spotted some books in your library, but we've been we quite interested in some Dwarven Rune Master history and information about them. They seemed, quite interesting.
Give me a persuasion check with
Oh.
advantage.
Oh, we did this already. Didn't turn out well.
Ooh.
Oh,
He
let's
kind
go.
of looks over at you and at your robotic llama. Looks at you again. He says, "Rock gnome, right? Are you from the Darrock Empire?"
I am not. I've been in the Teruvian Empire for quite some time.
He says, "You look
But,
like a fellow old timer." He
Only
laughs a little.
420 years myself.
Says, "Oh, you got me beat by just a bit." Says, "So I got a good collection of some older history books. My prize collection is actually a book from the Tharian Empire. You familiar?"
I have heard of the Tharian Empire.
He says, "Magically preserved and everything, pre-cataclysm."
Wow.
Yeah. He says, "Why are you looking for historical information? You all don't seem like historians."
Pardon me,
we've,
sir, but
yeah, go
learning and history is one of my directives. I have quite a bit of knowledge of the 12th cycle dwarven civilizations, and he'll start to rattle off some nonsense that you probably want to interrupt.
Give me
Not
a,
nonsense, but yeah.
give me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, okay. All right.
Oh. He nods and he says, "Is this your robot here? Or is this
I am
your
my own creature."
Warforged?"
Is he talking to Chomsky? Is he?
Yeah,
saying that
he
to
looks
Chomsky?
at Chomsky as you're talking.
I am an independent being.
Yes. My robot here is his name's Carl. Would you like to feed Carl? He's quite friendly. He likes pets behind the ears.
Oh, this one's yours, I see.
Yes. But Arapel is quite a bright and wise little individual.
Yeah,
And,
she seems like he has a lot of information. He
I
says,
unfortunately am quite lacking in knowledge of this age, but I have extensive stores of databanks on information from previous cycle.
Yeah, I don't know if you recognized or recognized him, but he's quite a masterpiece of Dwarven architecture. or Dwarven engineering.
This is I don't know much about craft and Warforged or anything like that.
Hmm.
I just assume these may have been your creations.
No.
Would
It's a humbling to think I
I,
could do something so amazing.
Hmm.
Sorry.
since he
Go ahead,
mentioned,
Erica.
no, you're fine. I'm sorry. He says he doesn't know much about crafting, so maybe this wouldn't matter. But Arapel is very prominently wearing a emblem on his chest that is a dwarven deity of Moradin's pantheon.
Yeah, he probably noticed.
Okay,
he
cool.
might not be the most religious, but you're not
Gotcha.
sure. So he says, well, I can show you some of my books. You seem like okay folks. Are you going to be here a few days?
I accepted the invitation of your colleague, I don't know what title you use, Ironsides, last night to peruse your library. And I did notice a few titles of which we have particular interest.
Says, I don't keep my best books in the library. I don't want someone swiping them.
Oh.
Though I do have some good ones in there. But yeah, if you want to see my private collection, I keep them in my quarters.
This is a most generous offer.
Yeah. So we would love to spend time here. Unfortunately, we've run into the issue of fire giants terrorizing a local village, and that's what we were originally here to do, and try to figure out why fire giants would be venturing into the forest and this low on the mountains.
Says, these are the ones who were talking about the fire giants, and Ironside nods. He says, yeah, they were telling me you all ran into some kind of trouble. Was that close to here, or was that a ways off? Should we be worried?
It was, about a half day's travel?
Affirmative. I am unhappy to tell you that it is a possibility that this, may or may not affect your fort and your people. They were alarmingly close, given that fire giants are not an expected sighting in this area.
We'll take care of this shortly.
While we were on our way up here, we did notice that there was some... Was it crates? Crates with Dwarven insignia?
Says, wait, you all are going to take on a group of fire giants on your own?
It is not our intention to find a full group, but to follow the one that we were tracking and gather as much information as possible. Although we will take
fire giants. Generally, if you find one, there's probably more nearby. They're not solo operators.
Right.
You're not the first person to warn us of that, and that almost worries me. And I'm not sure how I would feel knowing that fire giants are half day's travel from here. It seems quite unusual, and I don't understand why they would be here.
It's like, you got me. We haven't seen them up here for quite some time. Last time, what was it, 8 years ago? And Ironside nods. He says the incident with those poor merchants who were coming through. I think it was some kind of planned attack because they jumped them right outside as they were going down the path. Luckily, we got the place locked down before they got in. It was a massacre. He says, not something I like to remember. And the general nods.
That almost seems more of a hunting excursion for the fire giants. They seem to be establishing themselves in this region now.
He's like, I hope not. You sure about that, or was this like some isolated incident? Like, were they passing through here, or do they actually have a base?
This is what
we found a camp. Or we found a very rough camp, a forward scouting camp.
General, perhaps would you have a scout or a trusted soldier that you would wish to accompany our group so that he may observe with us and report back along with us for you?
He scratches his chin. He says, not a bad idea. Maybe at least for a day out in case you bump into them again. I got someone I could probably send with you. Now, are you guys some kind of elite group? Because, fire giants are no joke.
Well, we did not come to the mountains seeking fire giants, but this is what we have uncovered, and it is a danger that we must attempt to learn more of and mitigate that danger if we are able.
Ironside says one of them is a former it was a Foxglove.
Foxglove.
Former Foxglove.
Oh, yeah.
He says, "Oh yeah, that Isik thing. Nice. All right, that makes sense then. You guys are kind of a big deal."
I confess it was our intention to attempt to persuade you to allow us to borrow some of your tomes, but we are as the eminent Professor Chomsky explained in some haste, since we do not wish to lose this trail. If then you would like to send a representative with us, then we can perhaps return and study here at another time once we have more knowledge of the intention of this fire giant.
I don't think you have a high enough persuasion to even attempt this. So he's gonna say,
Okay,
well,
wait a minute.
Can
I have
Hohenheim
+9.
jump in and help?
Hold on. First off, I have a +9 and I have a channel divinity ability that increases my persuasion. But
all right,
That seemed pretty reasonable.
but-
I
That
can
seemed
roll a
pretty
flash
reasonable.
genius
But
then if we
the
need
que-
to.
I'll make
the
a check
what-
at disadvantage.
what am I persuading him?
I
just wanna know
borrow his
before I roll.
books.
Okay, so I just
Oh.
explained that it had been our original intention when we began this conversation to ask to borrow his books. But since he has explained that his best books are ones that are put away and we are pressed for time, I was suggesting that we just join forces in the sense of him sending a representative with us and we go forward on our
sorry,
mission.
I misunderstood then. I thought you
Yeah,
were actually
yeah,
asking.
that's-
to
I mean,
Yeah, I
borrow.
was gonna
I
say.
was considering using my channel divinity persuasion for the initial books, but I'm sure we're not going to get the books from his private collection. So that's why I was saying, here's what we were planning, but it sounds like let's go this route instead. That's what he was suggesting.
Okay, so that was out of character. Got it.
Well,
All right.
no. I mean,
The-
that first whole speech was in character. When I said, I confess our original intention was to request to borrow some of your books.
Oh, I see.
However, that
Gotcha.
speech was in character.
All right,
But then
I'm
when you
caught
asked
up.
me to make a persuasion roll, I was like, wait, what exactly am I persuading?
So I'm caught up. So you didn't actually ask to borrow. So you would nod and
Gotcha,
say,
gotcha.
yeah, I can send a guy with you. Maybe if you find a base or something, he can come back and let me know. The Empire would want to know if if the giants are setting up along this trail. I mean, we have lost some of our shipments in the past. Actually, quite recently, and the Ironside would nod. He said, yeah, I think like a couple weeks ago, one of our shipments went missing. But yeah, just let me know when you're going to leave, and I'll send a guy with you, one of my
Well,
scouts.
since we have concluded our business here, and so since we have made this decision, I think we should leave eminently.
He says, fair enough then. Let me get a guy ready. Give me about 20 minutes, and then I'll send you all on your way. And yeah, if you come back up, you seem like good folks, so maybe I'll let you peruse my my collection if you're going to be here a while.
I'd love a conversation, a good whiskey, and a cigar with you.
Says, yeah, that sounds great. It's good meeting you, Chomsky. And he takes a puff of his pipe and gives you a nod. He says, not
You as
often I meet a fellow old soul from the what's it called, pre-emergence days. I assume you spent some time in the deep.
A little bit, never enjoy it. But I'll look at Hohenheim and Ericel and say, I guess Hohenheim's outside. The one outside and this one here, they have seen much more than us too. If you like old souls, you should talk with them.
Says, yeah, maybe next time you're around. All right. So is anyone doing anything, or are you just kind of getting this scout and heading out?
We need any last minute items?
I think Uslag
nope.
bought some stuff, right?
I bought
Cool.
a new thing. I didn't have any of my own rope on me, and
Cool.
I bought 12 pitons. So
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know if that's enough, but
That
I
can't
where-
also possess pitons, ropes, grappling hook, and several other adventuring items that may be of use to us.
Me as
didn't
well.
even think about a grappling hook. Yeah.
All right. So you bought your stuff and you're heading out.
Mhm.
A dwarf will join you on your way out. He says, so you're the ones that saw the fire giants?
Not only
Yes.
did we see them, we knocked them out, stole their armor and weapons, and sent them running home naked.
This is, oh,
Yeah.
wish I could have seen that. Name's Urgar Trollo. He goes to shake your hand.
Ugar
will,
Trollo, well met.
Greetings, comrade. Say in Old Dwarven.
And he says,
My friend.
and to you, back in Old Dwarven.
Nice.
All right, so the group is continuing back down to look for the trail from last night.
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay.
I've forgotten his name already. Trollo?
Trollo?
Trollo,
Trollo?
Ugar.
Oh, okay.
Captain Trollo, we'll say.
All right.
He's
Captain.
one of the
La la la.
one of the more
is he-
experienced scouts.
Does he? Okay, he is a scout. That was going to be my question. If he was more martially inclined, or if he had kind of some wilderness type skills. Or what have you.
Sort
So-
of a kind of like a mix between a ranger and like I guess like a fighter. So I guess yeah, like a ranger.
Excellent. We appreciate your accompanying us and lending your skills to our pursuit in order to gain further knowledge of what these beasts might want here.
He nods and he says, "Well, if there are fire giants in the area, that's going to be bad times for fort as a whole. So I'd rather know now. Get some preparations going."
You mean bad times for the fire giants?
He says, "Well, maybe if you guys are as skilled as you say you are, you can really make one run away naked and sad, then I'd like to see that." All right, so you are traveling. Give me. You're climbing back down, so I would need some more athletics checks.
No.
Well, no, hang on. You got Trollo with you. I'll say he knows some routes to get down to that part.
Also, if we're going down, can we use ropes and stuff to rappel?
Well, I
If it will-
mean, like even using ropes, like climbing for extended periods of
That
time
makes
is
sense.
hard.
It's exhausting, yeah.
Rappel or air rappel.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll say
No.
Trollo knows these paths pretty well, so he can show you an easier way down.
Nice.
Thank you, Trollo.
Give me a survival check as you're looking for the trail again.
I have a good survival.
Nice.
Oh, never mind.
Well, Valamin apparently is on the case. As you guys are looking around, you do find some knocked over trees that you would guess were done by the fire giant. Trollo seems concerned. He says, "Oh, yeah, that doesn't look good." So you're going to continue tracking?
Correct.
Okay. Give me another set of survival rolls as you start moving throughout the day.
Can we use Trollo? Oh, never mind. Yeah, I wasn't sure if Trollo's was stronger and if he wanted to step in.
I mean, he could. His
It's okay, we already
definitely
rolled.
isn't bad, but yeah, Valamin is apparently doing pretty well. Malin is just doing, trying to help, but is maybe getting a little.
He's like, "Oh yeah,
confused.
right, exactly. You got it, Val. I saw that too."
Yeah.
And I'm out in the corner, like, see, this is why I wanted. This is the capturing idea, so I wouldn't have to go resort to tracking.
This is why we should have just tied him up. And cross your arms and shake your head. Hohenheim, I'm not sure. Are you trying to look for him too? All right.
I jumped in because I thought everybody else was rolling, but yeah, I guess so.
So you do think he's got a bit of a lead on you now, but you think you're making it up as you go. A day of travel passes as it starts to get late in the mountains.
Cool.
It is currently... Why does my calendar thing keep moving up there? It's currently about... It's getting close to dark, so maybe about like 7 p.m. in the evening. You think he is... with those survival rolls, luckily Valamin's been doing a pretty good job. You think he's now probably 4 or so hours ahead of you, whereas it started out where he was like 8 hours. So you definitely have gained ground on him.
Nice.
Great.
So go ahead and spend rations for the evening.
Uslak would have been hunting along the way since Malin and Val were doing the tracking.
Yeah, and I think 3 of us don't need rations, so we've got plenty.
All right, that's
Yeah.
right. Half the party is Warforged.
I mean, I still eat. I don't have to, but
Yeah.
I still eat.
I'll pick you some fresh berries and stuff.
He eats for fun. Yeah, sure. You probably,
Analyzing texture of this
you
organic
probably pick some stuff
nutrition.
along the way and we're eating it. Maybe you do have some food. I don't know. But yeah, Uslog, you have Outlander, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you easily feed everyone. It's a little bit harder to find food in the mountains than it is in the plains, but yeah, you're still able to track down some. So the evening would pass. I don't think any of you need a long rest, but you can benefit from it.
Cool.
I sure
does
do.
anybody
Oh,
want an stronger weapon, or maybe a radiant or repulsion shield?
An infusion.
Yeah, because I have one that I can either use on myself or use on the party. If anybody needs a better
What-
shield or a better weapon.
Which
mean, it would-
infusion?
any of his.
What was that?
Yeah, I mean, do any of us not have magical weapon?
Yeah,
That's just what I wanted to ask first, is like, because I feel like that's the most important. And all of
I
us
don't
have
know
dark
that I
vision,
really
right?
use a magical weapon at all, but I don't have anything like that. It's just me monking it up.
and you can't use a shield.
Yeah,
either.
but your fists are magic
You're a
at this
monk.
level,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That is
You have
true.
you have enough monk levels for that. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anyone without magic damage types,
Yeah.
because at this level that could be really dangerous against certain creatures.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think we're
Okay.
all set.
So,
But if you have like an empty, you might as well. If you have an empty infusion, you might as well amp up somebody's like shield or weapon or something, right?
Yeah. So then
Like-
the next question is, who's got a shield?
Arapel does.
As in you? Yeah. Cool. I'll give you a repulsion shield.
Anyone else have one? Okay.
Or need one.
I don't know what a repulsion shield does, actually. I've never had one. Thank you.
so +1
Oh, nice.
bonus.
4 charges.
So a total of +3 for the shield. And then
Shield
if you get
charge
hit
and
with something,
push. Oh, some battlefield control. This could be. And
And,
it doesn't
save
say. It doesn't say that there's a limit on how big the creature is, how much bigger the creature is than me.
yeah. and
I
save
feel like
3.
that might come in handy against giants.
True.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, thank you.
All right. So you continue on the next day. It is now the 65th at 8 a.m. as you start moving again. And it seems like give me another 2 survival rolls, whoever's leading the expedition.
Would you like me to help?
I
Oh,
got
never
you
mind.
guys. You know, I was a little,
Nice.
rusty. You know.
You
Now
you
it's
were
out.
watching Val closely yesterday, and now you're
Yeah.
emulating his techniques.
Yeah.
Weird me out. I'm off my game now.
Yeah. Well, Valamin is doing a pretty good job, but Malin is picking up some of the slack today. You notice an area that the tracks go through. There are quite a bit more tracks there. You think he may have met up with the group. As
And they're
Malin-
giant tracks.
Yeah, it looks like you would guess for the 25, you'd guess probably about 6 other giants met up with him.
Oof, that's a lot.
So
Can I tell if it's fellow fire giants or hill giants?
Yeah, with the 25, you would guess they were fire because they're booted, and hill giants tend to not have boots. So
Is there any
there may have been
sorry,
a
guys.
small grouping of fire giants in the area here. Possibly he met up with a scout first, and then maybe they were signaled because several others end up showing up to join their group, and they're all heading a bit northwest of here, kind of up the peaks a little.
I tell the group that, and I'm like, seems they've gathered.
At this
Come
point, it might be more dangerous for us to track them, considering their size, the size of their group. I know not. I mean, what our plan, how far we plan to follow them, but this definitely makes it more dangerous.
We could take them. I do not fear some giant flamey boys.
I assure you that 6 fire giants would be a formidable encounter.
We could use stealth, trip, trick, trap, push off cliffs, etc. Divide and conquer, if that's something we were interested in.
We would need to very carefully plan the encounter and its location to control such things. Sorry.
And real quick, you're probably about an hour behind them at this point.
Oh, we really made up time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably keep our distance.
I recommend that we should attempt to remain concealed and make every effort to not engage a group so large. But I am still eager to know what they are up to, since there's a fear that they might cause great danger and destruction if their motives are ill.
Yes,
We
I'm
know
curious.
we discussed that fire giants are usually more like evil aligned, didn't we, last session, or am I misremembering?
I believe you did, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone made a nature check and knew more about them.
Yeah,
So.
Slug.
Were you saying anything, Malin?
Yeah, I'm curious more so, is it just another scouting party, or like, I'm curious, like, is there a big dog in charge of this entire operation?
All right, so what's the plan?
I'm still all for following them.
Yeah.
Let us continue. Might I recommend? Do we have any means of as we draw closer? It might be useful if we have any means to augment the stealth of our party. Do I remember correctly whether we have any of that?
We have that sort of capability.
Oh, okay. Maybe we don't. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we do.
How unfortunate.
Yeah, I think the Slug might be the only stealthily inclined
What
person
about
here. Am I wrong about that?
Frollo? What about
Val can
Frollo?
be pretty stealthy.
Okay.
Frollo, I know that some fighters and naturalists of your talent and persuasion have the ability to mask a party's sounds should we draw close to the enemy and wish to maintain our secrecy. Is this something that you might?
He says, are you talking about magic?
Affirmative. I believe it is of a primal, drawing on primal energies. Yes.
He says, no, I'm good at stealth. But my specialty's more going in alone.
I see.
Oh, and actually, at this point, he was only supposed to go a day out, so he's probably gonna head back to the keep since you didn't find anything.
Yeah.
He'll say he'll stay with you for now. He'll stay another day because now that you've confirmed there's more, he does want to look into this. But he says, "Now I can't do much in the way of hiding your people. My apologies."
Understood. I thought it was worthwhile to pose the question, should it be within your capabilities.
He nods.
Exploring all options.
Yeah, of course. So you're gonna make your way up the mountain a bit, following them?
Correct.
Yeah.
At a safe, quiet distance.
Malin, does your armor help you with being quiet?
Check real quick. I'm gonna say it's not quite built for my not the intent of my build.
I understand.
Alright, give me one moment to check something. Okay. Alright, so you are following them up the mountainside a bit. I'm going to need some more athletics checks, because this seems to be going off the path. Yeah, we're a little far out from my specialty. Can't really help you find paths here. So
We do have like the ropes. I don't know if that'll help.
Yeah, we brought the pittons and the ropes
Oh,
and
we got
grappling hooks.
everything. We got
Did we buy
everything.
climbing kits? I don't remember if we actually bought those. I always forget about those.
I thought about it, but it seemed kind of like a
so
I didn't.
special use.
Redundant, yeah.
so
Yeah.
anyone under a 10,
Mhm.
which
What about
is,
a 10?
10 is okay.
Oh,
If you
God.
got
Okay.
under a 10,
Yes.
you would be a little bit winded from your trip. I'm not going to give you exhaustion, but I'll say
The cold is definitely affecting Arapel's joints.
yeah, from all the climbing, I'll say maybe 15 HP damage. So
Okay.
your
Alright,
max
thank
is
you.
reduced by 15.
Oh, the max is reduced. Okay.
Yeah, max reduction by 15 from all the climbing, just because you're getting tired. But at this
And do
point,
we take that damage as well?
yeah, so your max would be reduced by 15, and your
Gotcha.
HP would be down 15.
Okay.
But at this point, you find a bit of a trail that it's obvious giants came this way, and it seems to lead into a very large cave nearby. From the cave, you would hear sounds of laughing, talking, and you would see some smoke coming out of it.
RPG.
There might be some kind of layer here.
I'll turn to our brave friend Captain Ugar and ask him if he wants to stay here, move forward with us, or report back to his fort where the giant lair is.
How about I follow you guys, keeping an eye out, because I kind of want to know what's going on here. It's probably about 3 p.m. by the way, at this point.
Cool. Well, we appreciate your support.
He nods and pulls out his crossbow.
What does the entrance of the cave look like?
It is humongous. It's probably about 25 feet wide by 20 feet high. Big cave.
Loose rocks, Scrabble, scree,
yeah, there's
debris above it.
There's some loose rocks. What do you mean debris?
Well, I don't want to tilt my hand and let you know what I'm planning. Looking for big rocks and stuff to drop on giant noggins.
There's probably nothing like that. It's a pretty solid looking cave. Like you don't see like a boulder, like a loose boulder above the cave that you could just knock on them. There's a bunch of snow and maybe some icicles.
Any large boulders? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, nothing easy to construct, unfortunately. What do you want to do?
Can we tell how many fire giants are there?
So at this point, give me another check for survival.
Took my lead back.
So there are 6 sets of tracks going in, but you see a 7th set as well that wasn't with the original group that may have been wandering around on the path up here. So you would guess there are 7 total.
I have an idea. I forgot I had this. I think I have magic that will let us spy in there.
Okay.
Oh.
If we want to take a step back to see what's going on.
That's
What do you
helpful.
think?
Yes, very helpful.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so you're
Cool.
going to...
Are you able to both see and hear, or just one?
I think let's see. Mentally receive visual from the eye. So I think
I think I'm
just
thinking of another
see.
spell. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so you chant, taking your action as a magical eye would suddenly appear, then vanish as it becomes invisible. I assume you're going to send it in.
Yeah, that would be the idea.
All right. Can it see in the dark?
It says
I
it has
have dark
dark
vision.
Dark
vision.
vision 30. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Give me one moment to set up what you would see.
The magical
Well,
eye
that
come with
goes-
a viewing screen. Can we all see it?
You'll get a super descriptive description from Professor Chomsky himself. Well, Carl plays kazoo in the background.
So
Crazy Carl. And
Maybe
his
we shouldn't be
kazoo.
playing kazoo. They might
Good
have
idea.
scouts
Definitely
walking
not.
around their cave.
what's that noise coming from outside the cave?
Well, I mean, maybe it'd work for luring them, a couple of them out at a time or something.
Ah,
Not,
okay,
not a bad strategy.
It's an alpaca playing a kazoo. What does it sound like?
A mechanical alpaca playing a
Bad bagpipes.
kazoo.
All right. So I'll put you on the map, Noam Chomsky, to represent your eye, and give you some dark vision.
Thank you.
And I think only one of you will be able to see what's going on. Although I think you can cheat and see on the stream if you really want.
Play it right.
Give me one
I'm
moment.
gonna break my immersion.
Don't break your immersion. Don't be that guy. So can you see?
Yes.
All right, so this is what you see so far. There is a large fire that's burning in the cave, as shown. And you would see, well, exactly what you see there.
Cool. I see
Well, you
5
can tell
fire
us.
giants, and then five. I know they're fire giants because we saw one before, and then one giant with 2 giant black shields. Looks somewhat fire related. They're all chilling around a campfire. Am I allowed to start moving forward?
Yeah, if you wanna, because I think you can move the eye, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right.
As an
remember
action,
that
you
your
can move.
remember that
Yeah,
your
you can
eye.
move it 30 feet.
I don't think your eye is invisible. Oh, it is invisible. Never mind.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
good.
not necessarily fully stealthed, but it is invisible.
Cool.
All right, so the eye starts floating around, getting a more of a look of the area.
It seems like one big open room at this point, right?
Yeah, it's pretty large in the cave. I mean, you would see that there are some
Several
rocky.
passages.
Well, there are some
Cool.
rocky areas that kind of make it more difficult to move around in certain parts of the cave.
Cool.
But yeah, it seems like an open area. You would also notice, it's not on the map, but there are a bunch of crates up by the big shielded one.
Oh, cool.
And
So
some
I'll
other
pass that
supplies
along.
lying around the fire, as well as a bunch of bones in here. They may have been camped out here for a bit.
Cool. It looks like they've been camped here for a while, and yeah, it seems like one big room with 5 fire. Or well, I only see 5 fire giants right now. I think our track said there were more than that, but there's also one big angry giant.
And that's, I assume, their leader.
Well, it looks just like way more than a leader. I don't know how much volume that would take up.
You would
But
notice
yes, it is giant.
he has heavier armor than the others, and instead of a greatsword, he has 2 shields. Both of which are radiating an intense amount of heat off of them.
I know what this guy is. He's scary.
But yeah, it looks like one big
Interesting.
room. Not much to hide behind, not much to hide in. And these guys are all kind of circled up.
I want to challenge him.
And it sounds like they're surrounded by their by plenty of equipment and weaponry, from what you described.
Yes, they are. Well, I imagine well, do people usually sleep without their armor on?
Not usually. They can. It's more comfortable, but I mean, if you're in a dangerous area, they would usually keep their armor on.
Keep the armor on. Yeah. But yeah, looks like one
Is
giant room.
the guy that we sent packing with them?
You're a naked
Ooh.
giant in there.
There is no naked giant.
I mean, he probably would have been re-equipped at this point, but
You would notice the guy up here looks like the one that you remember.
Yes, I see him now. He is in there.
yeah,
How
my
Cool,
worry is
well,
that there might be more coming.
How's
Uh,
everyone else reacting to him? Like, interacting with him. Like, is it contentious, or are they just all seeing and having a great time?
Are they making fun of him?
Well, at the moment, he's
I don't speak.
yeah.
Go
You,
ahead.
you probably don't know what they're saying. He is kind of off by himself, though every now and then he'll say something, but he's not as engaged as the others. You'd probably notice. So it's possible
Word.
maybe he's a little bit shamed for his failure.
Cool. Well, I don't want to continue wasting the party's time, so I think we should rush in and murder them. Well, I mean, we want to try to talk with them, right?
It's swords.
It does not seem like good idea, Master.
Yeah, because talking with them is useful, but also it would take away any advantage we might have
Surprise.
for a surprise.
I think
Yeah.
that
Well,
revealing ourselves would give them the advantage, and should they decide not to talk, we are, I believe,
from
outnumbered. Yeah.
What do you,
Yeah.
what do you
Could we draw them
suppose
out?
they're even doing up here?
Yeah.
Ready to get their butts kicked and
I
vow
mean, they
If
were
there
talking
was-
about a
full
dig of
spectral
some sort.
self.
If there was some distraction or reason for some of them to leave the cave, since this appears to be a long time camp of theirs where they have stored many supplies, it is likely that some would also stay behind. That might be our only possibility of splitting the party, but I do not know what might draw them out or how far away we could get them, or how long we
What
would
do these
have.
things like to eat?
People.
Us.
Yeah, realistically, I would say that, even if we were able to draw one or two out, as much as I would say, I'm very confident in winning this fight, I don't think it would be a quick encounter. And, the longer it takes, the more likely the rest of his quarry will notice.
Does the cave continue on? Does it have passageways that go in, or is the entrance the only way out?
As far as I've seen, there is. It's just one giant room.
So
I could
if we wanted
potentially
to-
bait them out and/or do something with that. I have the ability to direct my words to a creature of my choice, making it so only they can hear me, or I can amplify my voice so that all creatures within 600 feet can hear me, and I get advantage on intimidation checks.
if any one of them is alerted or alarmed, then I am
They
sure
all
they will
might.
share with the others that what
Mhm.
they've heard or seen, or are going to, like, oh, I heard something, let me go investigate. They'll share that with each other, which will put them all on alert. Perhaps
But
lying in
what
wait
if we
until-
speak to the one who failed? And what I'm contemplating
Yes.
here is messing with his mind a little bit, and that might cause a distraction for them to pay attention to. You said that one that we had dealt with earlier was at the back of the cave, correct?
Yeah, he's kind of
Yes.
towards the back, away from the rest of the
So
Even
we could
if you
mess with him
convince-
enough that they might look back there and allow us to get closer.
But
I
once
have
we
a-
have blown our element of surprise, we are still outmatched. Even if you somehow convince the one, to turn on his fellows, I still think we might be outmatched here to approach this cave with all of them inside.
What if we challenge their main leader
If we
one-on-one?
reveal ourselves, they may be lawful or honorable and accept the challenge, but they will surely eat us all once the challenge is complete. If we reveal ourselves, they will not let us walk away.
Well, if
So-
I
Well-
clobber their main leader in combat and establish my superiority, perhaps they are still animals. They will recognize what has happened.
So you
Back
would
off.
know that generally they are a lawful giant society, but they're also very evil. If you could get them to agree to a one-on-one fight, which would be hard to do because giants don't generally
They'd
see.
rather just clobber.
Yeah, they don't see the smaller folk as equals at all. But if you could somehow like goad him into accepting, like especially if he laid terms, then they would probably honor those terms.
If
But-
we wish
Yeah,
to
So-
exercise,
The trick would be to get them to agree to anything without just trying to kill
if we
you.
wish to exercise patience, we could just observe, and at some point they may continue whatever mission they have, and we could follow the smaller group, and whatever smaller group might leave the
Wow.
caves and ambush them once they are far enough away that it will not alert those still in the cave.
Divide
That
and
is
conquer,
kind of what I was
Trollo
thinking, yeah.
says.
But we do not know how long that wait will be. We would have to camp here without fire.
I may have
And here's another
solutions.
issue. Well, here's another issue, real quick. We don't know. Is this? We could probably make a guess that this is the main nucleus, the main group, or are they part of something even bigger? That's
Which-
my only
yeah.
concern.
Trollo
Right,
says
which
you
is-
all are crazy. I wouldn't even take on one fire giant. You guys want to fight 7?
May I point out that one of us just volunteered to fight one-on-one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
And
that
I am
guy-
quite clearly
It almost be
suggesting that
suicidal.
all of our group not take on more than 2.
I may have solution. As Hohenheim speaks up, he well, I look at the cave. How does is the cave going
So,
like down, or does the
really-
cave angle up?
Really quick,
From the
as
entrance.
you all are talking, you would notice Chomsky. One of them says something to the leader and starts walking towards the entrance.
Oh, there's one coming.
Would we be able to hear what he says at all? I have the tongue of sun and moon. I could hear what he or understand what he said.
No, because the eye would not actually hear; it would just see.
Here, yeah.
How close are we to the entrance at this point?
You're not close enough to hear. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you would probably hear echoes of like laughing and talking, but you probably you wouldn't be.
You were
nearly
well
close
back.
enough.
Yeah. We
I
would
mean,
not be hanging
distance-wise,
out
like
anyway.
from us for attacking, moving forward, anything like that.
Oh,
I hope hundreds of feet.
So, well, I mean, from the from where they are to the entrance, and this guy it looks like is coming towards the entrance, but it's probably a little bit under 100 feet.
Oh,
So it's
We are
somewhat
much
close,
closer
but
than
you,
No,
I-
that's the distance from
That
the
is
back of the cave
dispose
to the
them
front
quick,
cave
of
of
them
the
quick.
cave. We're not
Here,
that
let
close.
me
Oh,
let me
okay.
let me measure exactly. So it's probably about 150 feet to the entrance, and from the entrance to where you are, another 50 feet. So maybe like altogether. you're
Does
like
it
200
angle
feet.
down, Lou, or does the cave start angling up when from the entrance?
It's mostly flat.
Mostly
I-
flat. Okay.
Do I have a good outside I can use to represent?
Hohenheim, what are
this?
you thinking?
I was thinking about if it was gonna be angled
Hohenheim,
down.
why don't you
Flood
say
it?
completely to all of us so we can stay quiet? You can
Oh,
do
yeah.
that still, right?
I definitely can do that. Yes.
So
I'm
while
glad
you're-
to
While
see
we
that
move away
program
from
is
the
still
entrance.
working.
Yeah, while you're doing that, let me see if I can find a good cave map to use.
Okay. Well, in the
Mhm.
meantime, I'm going to link what I was thinking about doing so you guys can see. But this lets me, since it goes down with the ground, I was thinking if I just cast it and it could just go straight into the cave. And we don't even have to, we can all still sit outside and wait for them as this does a bunch of damage to them as they're coming out.
well, you have to see the point. You can't move it around, I don't think, can you?
We're only
Correct,
50
but
feet
it
from the
goes-
cave entrance. If he sets that at the cave entrance, as
Wait,
he
I thought
comes
he
out.
said. I thought he said we're 150 feet.
150
It's
from the
from
back
the
of the cave
entrance.
to the front of the cave, and then from the front of the cave to where we're at is an additional 50 feet.
Yeah, it's
We're
like-
only 50 feet from the door of the cave?
Correct.
Fuck 'em up.
No way. Arapel would have definitely protested going that close.
Well, here
No
we
way.
are.
Well, do
Well,
you wanna
okay, no,
be
I
further
still-
back. You
If
could.
you kept going forward, forward, Arapel would have stopped and said, I insist that we do not go closer to that cave. Let Chomsky investigate with his eye.
Well, when you climbed up to the edge, you were already kind of close to the entrance. But if you want to say you're a little further back, that's fine.
Sorry, that's why I
Yeah, I
kept
mean, we would
asking
definitely be if
how far
like
we were.
when
Alright,
Uzlog heard that
I
they,
guess I
the
could use
guy is
this
moving
map.
towards the entrance, she would have suggested we find a better spot
Alright,
as well. Like we don't want to just be hanging out here.
Well, the Cloud
Sick.
Kill would probably not finish them. The Cloud Kill would probably
Alert them.
pause.
That would
yeah,
alert them, and they would come running out, right? So I was thinking we
right,
could
but they're only going to
attack
take
them
a
as they're coming out.
right, but that's still a round or two, some surprise and a round or two of cloud damage. But then we still have 6 very angry, slightly wounded fire giants.
All trapped at
Hohenheim.
the entrance, though,
They're-
right?
They
So
wouldn't be
Hohenheim.
trapped.
they have to
at
like
that
kind of
point.
file out.
Right, but they've.
Hohenheim.
That's why I said a couple rounds, possibly of cloud kill damage.
Would give us the
Yes,
most damage
master.
out of that cloud.
Do you have the magic to keep an area quiet while this guy takes a piss? Can we silence any yells of his?
Who are you
That'll
asking?
be
Hohenheim
Double check.
or anybody in general?
I
Don't know if
very firmly recommend that we do not attack the cave in any way. But yes, as I mentioned before, any opportunity we might have to single one out or take on one or two far enough from the cave that we do not attract the others, then we could
Alright,
jump
I'm
on
gonna
that
put you all-
opportunity.
I'm going to put you all behind the trees over here.
Cool.
I can
Oh,
hold monster.
This
Are-
is...
Are we supposed to be able to see?
Not yet, I'm still bringing you out.
Oh, okay.
So...
If they're paralyzed, right? They can't talk, right?
I don't know if paralysis keeps them quiet. I think they just can't move. Alright, so you should all kind of see yourselves over here. This is the cave entrance. Actually, it should be bigger. Hang on.
The entrance itself, you said, was like pretty big, didn't you? Like it's not a small little bottleneck that we could like,
25 wide by 20 tall.
Yeah.
okay, and they can move through each other, so it's not likely that they would stay in the cloud for very long.
So yeah, we'll say
That
it's
is long.
over here. About a little bigger. Hang on.
And how
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
good.
curious, Lou, how he would be able to talk since he's paralyzed, since talking requires moving using muscles.
It
Let me pull.
paralysis. I don't think.
I think it just affects the
says-
limbs.
Yeah, it doesn't say it keeps you quiet. That's your interpretation
Oh,
of it,
can't
but
move.
it's magic.
Can't move or speak.
All right, so if it says they can't speak, then they can't speak.
Yeah, Arapel linked it. So I
Okay.
relay that to the group that I have that ability that I can
So
move if we so
you would
wish.
hear the heavy footsteps. I assume you're all going to try to hide.
We have the mind
Yeah,
link,
as-
right? We have the
Yeah, and I
mind
feel
link,
like as
right?
soon as we heard that it was coming, we would have tried to hide as best we could.
All right, give me stealth checks. So a very
Uh-oh.
And we-
large giant comes walking out.
And we have
Uh-oh.
we have the mind link, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking.
I would ask if you have that the paralysis ability.
Yes.
Would he be able to resist? Does he have a save?
He does have a save.
Every
What
round
kind?
he has a
But I
save.
can make him be at disadvantage.
What kind of save?
My modifier.
What
I'll link it
type?
real quick.
Con?
I
Wisdom?
believe it is.
Dex?
I
So
believe it is. Sorry. I'll look
really
Go ahead.
quick. So he walks out. He's looking around, but I'll say you guys can kind of help each other because you're a little further back. He steps over this way, and you would see a large stream of urine just start kind of pouring down the side here.
Okay.
What if you go and try to distract, like, remember that trick you're saying about distracting the guy
A
and try to
wisdom
get him?
throw.
I do not recommend this.
He's sort of looking back and forth as he's peeing, trying to keep an eye on the area.
What if you try
Is
to,
that a
distract him
very
and you-
large cliff that he's on?
No, most of this area, You had to climb up a bunch to get up here, but this is like a 5-foot like incline right here. And yeah, most of the area around him is somewhat flat, a little raised, maybe like another 5 foot up over here. So
like this
it would
might
be
be
like-
the highest point, maybe.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's not
like,
somewhere where he's like peeing off into the
no.
abyss
So
that
like
we
this
could
is
maybe.
this is probably the highest point up here. But there's a pretty sheer drop kind of back here where you came from, where you climbed up. So yeah, he is peeing. What do you all want to do?
Let's fuck
Distract
up.
him like farther away. Then we can paralyze him and then beat his ass.
If we distract him, he might raise the alarm immediately before you've paralyzed him.
Well, okay. And look, if we using again, we would have to use whatever that trick we had with just talking to the person. If he goes, raises the alarm, he goes and shows everyone. I mean, we're gonna try and make sure either he goes back into the cave to alert them, in which case we're gonna try to hide,
This
and
is
then they're gonna
mentally,
think
right?
he's crazy.
Yeah, this
Yes,
Or-
this is all mental. You have to make noise to cast this magic, and so he may react faster than you expect. And even
I
if you
think
react the
that is
quickest,
our-
he still might save against your magic.
That is our best chance, is to get him attack him while he's isolated, right?
He's not isolated yet. He's right at the lip of the cave. He could call to them from where he's
Ah.
standing.
And here,
You want me to send Carl running
let me put
like
I
a
think he's
deer?
not gonna think that deeply. Either he's like, huh, and he tries to investigate, or he goes back in. He's like, guys, did you hear that? And
Yeah, just have Carl walk out to the edge of the trees and start munching on grass.
I do
That's
not
exactly what I'm
recommend
gonna.
it.
Well, well,
we trust.
Erica, what do you recommend?
I believe we should lay in wait until a group of them actually leaves this cave, like as in heading out somewhere that we can follow them. I believe that attacking one at the mouth of the cave is going to draw
Is
us
your
into a
dwarven
battle with
scout.
all of them.
all right.
I
Well,
would actually,
First slide?
I think that makes sense. But I think my
Cool.
only concern is just that if they leave, I hope they come back.
No, if they leave, we're following them.
Cool.
Ew,
Sounds
you don't want to
great.
jump the cave as soon as they
Well,
leave.
unless they leave one or two behind, then yeah, we would stay and deal with this group instead.
Yes, I'd
But-
rather
but
not take
I
on
was-
them
yeah.
and their leader at the same time.
That is wise.
Okay.
And
I-
I'll look over to Captain Ugar and say, yeah,
he's like
she's
like
wise.
in the snow, covered himself with snow, and like looking out sniper wise. He's like, "You guys are crazy. I think it's gonna step on someone."
Did we include him in our mind link? I hope.
Oh yeah,
prob-
he's in on
If
that.
you have enough, sure.
Good.
Yeah, so he's completely in like stealth sniper mode. Like he put a bunch of snow on him. He's just laying there watching. He's like, "You guys are crazy. Get down." Jesus.
He didn't bury himself in the yellow snow.
No, he's not that undercover yet. There's no yellow snow over here.
He's just gonna get a best-selling book out of this.
I am not. I'm not wishing to control the decisions and actions of the group, but
I
I
think that's
strongly
wise.
recommend against any of the plans that involve combat
Sure,
at the
he
mouth
can
of
be
the cave.
included.
All right, so
Yeah.
you're gonna just let them go back inside and wait and see if they separate. That's the
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
so,
it's later in the day, right?
Is there
uh,
a better spot if we're going to be
It's
hanging
about
out for
3 p.m.
possibly
right now.
hours? If we're going to be hanging out for possibly hours, is there a better spot on this
Crazy.
map as far as
Maybe up high?
elevation or cover?
All right, so he
that
pulls
we-
up
like
his
higher up here,
he
maybe?
pulls up his metal pants and walks back in.
Yeah, like something higher that has some foliage or trees or something, but still has a view of the cave mouth. Or are we in a pretty good spot where we're at?
I mean, if they walk this way, you'd be in trouble. So
Right.
you might want to go higher up, because then
Can we
like
go right above the cave?
What
Yeah,
direction
so
are they most likely to go
this
to leave here?
this is up over here. If you want to be at the highest point, you'd be on like
Cool.
this cliff up here. That's
But
about.
you said we
uh,
came up. You said we came up a sheer drop, right? So is this the way they would head?
They'd probably. Well, it's not as bad of a drop for them because they're really
I see.
big.
Okay.
But yeah, you would from the tracks. This is where they came up, the same way you came.
Yeah,
up.
then let's quietly relocate. It's kind of skirt around the cave, keeping our distance, and put ourselves in what we think might be the best spot that has cover and visibility on the cave mouth, and we can hide.
So
I would
you're
think
gonna
like
try
right above
to-
the caves.
You're gonna try to climb up there.
maybe
Yes.
skirt around back here and climb from the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
side in case one of us stumbles.
I think
Yeah.
Could I-
Carl and I are gonna position ourselves somewhere.
All
Yeah,
right.
we
Not
don't have to
so
be
high.
exactly clumped together, but I don't recommend that we're spread out too far.
Well, I would also point out we might have to set up shop there for maybe.
Yeah, we
possibly
don't know
days.
how long this wait is going to be. I just do not recommend engaging these people together.
You just want to fight all 6 of
In
them?
their lair. Yeah.
There is still one that's kind of missing.
I mean,
according to the
Malik wants
tracks.
to fight. Malik wants to fight the big guy on his own. So I mean,
Kumate.
all kinds of
Kumate.
a lot of varied opinions here.
Well, let's arrange that for him.
I'm sorry, not Malik. Malin. Malin.
Yeah,
Malin.
let's
Yeah, it's
make sure
Mal.
Malin gets the
I get
opportunity
the
to.
Star Wars reference, so.
All right, so if you're climbing up from the back, it's a little bit easier of a climb because it's kind of an incline. Then you can come up the back over here. So that would
I was
be.
gonna say that like I could go up first and set up some fightins if people want
I
some
think
assistance.
pittons in this terrain would probably make a lot of noise.
That's true. You have to hammer them in.
I, can,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like, I
mean,
have pretty
they
good
wouldn't-
athletics. I can. I feel like I can get up there and help someone else up.
Whoever
as well.
gets to the top can secure a grappling hook. Then we wouldn't have to pound in
Yeah.
pittons.
All right.
So I'll take out my grappling hook and give it to whomever thinks they can climb the easiest.
So
You
yeah.
can do it. I believe.
Who's climbing first? It'd probably only be one person if you're
Nudge
doing that.
Uslog. Want to race?
Yeah, Uslog's. No, I think we should go slowly and carefully at the. But normally I would say yes. But in this
Malin
case,
just
we should
dashes up.
probably.
Yeah, I don't care too much. I'm not that fearful of the giants. Let's go.
Obviously. Arapel is logical and cautious and protective, so
All right, so
so
go ahead.
that's why
you
he's
two,
being so firm here.
if you two are racing, give me checks.
Oh, please do not race.
I was gonna go.
And what's 3 go?
quietly.
Hop, 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 hop.
No.
I feel like if we're
All right.
slow and steady wins the race, guys. You know?
All right, so yeah, you both get up there. If you're not going quick, then Malin. Oh, if you're going quick, that might make it a little more difficult. Let me see.
Are you? Did you say you're going quick?
Sounded like it. You going
Yes, sir.
quick? All
Well,
right,
I
he's
heard
going
him
quick.
challenge Uslog, and I heard Uslog decline. I didn't hear whether or not Malin was still going
He's
to run.
he's showing off a little. That's fine.
This goes
15 is a pretty good roll. So yeah, you would quickly hop like and get up here, a little bit behind or a little bit in front of what's your name?
Carl.
Uslog, who comes up behind you. Oh, and you wouldn't still have the temporary hit points from yesterday, just FYI.
Oh yeah.
Because
I'm gonna activate my own temporary hit points.
yeah. So you guys get up there, you lower the rope, and I won't make the rest of you roll because with the rope it's pretty easy, especially.
Can I
from
just
the
like
back.
grab
Nice.
I don't know, someone just throw him on the back on my back and just go up, hop.
Hop, hop, hop.
You
Uh,
can't carry Arapel, I'm sorry, but
Nope.
that's
It's very heavy.
Many have tried.
Sounds like a challenge.
I go, hey, I like, oh damn, that's heavy.
She's like a little like anvil.
Wait.
That's actually really
Jesus.
good. That's a good description. Arapel is a little gnome-sized anvil.
All right.
Oh,
So
those bolts.
the scout
Jeez.
comes up here. He says, "You know, I think I might just want to head back to the fort and let them know. But I am kind of curious to see how you all do against this giant."
We do not wish to place you in danger. You are, of course, welcome to stay with us or stay nearby and observe what occurs here, or report back to your comrades.
I think
I'm
I'll,
saying, the encounter would be, pretty epic. It'd be, you don't see this every day, if you want to,
When you
he
This
says,
write
is
about this in your
currently
biography.
this is reconnaissance, not anything too epic.
"Oh yeah, I've definitely tracked and done reconnaissance on giants before."
just me and that for that flaming shield dude. That'd be quite a tale to tell your buddies. Can you imagine you just sitting down? You're like, guys,
Short
guess what
but
I saw?
bloody tail.
Well, I'd just be worried that you guys wouldn't win, and then I'd have to sneak away. But I'm definitely hoping that you would defeat them.
You're
I
gonna
mean,
die,
you're
but I hope
confident
you
in your
don't.
sneaking
Bye.
abilities, right?
They
He says,
die.
"Oh yeah, I'm very good at stealthing and keeping hidden, so I might keep an eye out." Just see
Yes,
how
make sure you
guys
take
do."
care of yourself. Don't worry about us.
He nods. So is the
Don't worry
group
about the
gonna?
giants.
You guys gonna try to wait here to see if any of them leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to poop.
We
And look
should've
out for
shot-
like the other one that's missing, I guess.
We should have shopped for some thermal cubes in the capital.
There you go. So yeah, you kind of set up your stuff in the snow there. It is very cold, but luckily I think you all have warm weather attire.
Yeah, we did buy
Yeah,
warm
we
weather
do.
garb.
I
Or
brought
cold
my
weather
warm
garb.
weather fur.
Cold weather garb.
Or sorry, cold weather. You put on your bikinis and your
Put up a beach umbrella.
yeah. What's the name of the
Owen
bottom?
I've been working on his figure.
Oh, now I'm
They're super
blanking.
skinny.
Hula skirt? I don't know what
Good.
you're going
No,
for. bottom.
the guy one that's like all
Banana hammock?
yeah, that's
Speedo?
what Speedo, yeah. You get your Speedos on, put on your
I'm
your
sorry,
sunscreen.
the first name came to mind first when I
Yeah.
realized what you were
Hohenheim?
talking about.
Banana hammock.
Hohenheim's wearing that one that goes over the shoulder like Borat wears.
Very
Honestly,
nice.
when you first said that the one the guys wear, I thought of Todd from Scrubs. That's the Todd. That's what came to mind.
I'm not familiar with
Yes.
Scrubs.
Oh, it was
but,
hilarious. It was a wonderful show.
All right, so it's getting late. You'd probably see every now and then one of them will come out and just pee and go back in. I'm assuming you're not going to try
Are they
to do
like
anything.
writing their names in the snow, or do they just all pee in the same place?
They all sort of pee down the side over here.
Okay.
Just,
I can pee higher up the wall than you can.
yeah, maybe make a little competition out of it.
Good
but-
reason that we did not like go over there and hide.
Downhill. It's raining
Hohenheim
a
turns
lot.
to air repel and
I hear giant piss has many distinctive qualities, things you can learn from giants from collecting samples.
So your thoughts sound like that in our heads.
yeah.
Well, at this
Alright.
point, the telepathic bond would
Oh, I
probably
thought
be
it was like
gone.
8 hours.
No,
I think it's
just
only
an hour.
an hour.
I just want to
okay,
say I
okay.
love the soundboard. Like I really am a huge fan of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Are
8-hour one is the thief subclass, the
Oh.
Cyblade.
Is this the ritual one? Is this
Yeah.
ritual?
This is
Okay.
Rarity's telepathic.
So he
bond.
could
Still very good.
read.
I
He
thought
could-
this was the psychic
Yeah.
sorcerer.
I got linked a Rarity's telepathic bond. Is that not correct?
That's the one I have. I can do it anytime, but I can only do one target map. Myself and another target
okay.
at
So
any
if-
time. I can't
If
do
the
all of us.
bond, if
Yeah,
the bond
So
is
you're-
I guess you could keep upping it every hour.
yeah,
and
if
just
it's
do the
ritual, then you can put it up, yeah, again and again.
Alright, sure. So time is passing. I'm gonna say you can't get food while you're up here, Uslog, so you will have to eat your rations
Ah,
tonight.
evil,
Fair enough.
evil. I'll subtract
that's
3
fine.
rations.
Those
I
are
don't have-
well
I
again,
won't
those
eat. I
of
won't
you
eat.
those
Go
of
into
you
the
who
rations.
eat, yeah. Because I know you guys are a bunch of robots.
Oh yeah, 4 I guess, because Malin would.
Yes.
So, oh, I just realized we're getting kind of late. I didn't take a break. I kind of have to pee, so why don't we do a 10-minute, and then
Okay.
I'll come
Fair enough.
back.
You taking a giant pee, man? Wow,
Yeah,
10
go
minutes.
into the cave mouth, pee in the next 10, and someone's gonna paralyze me and shoot me in the face.
What's the
Hopefully
DM
not.
doing on the map? What?
Okay, if one of them like maybe squats like to poo over the side, we could try and totter him off the edge.
Oh, talk
I do
about a
have-
dishonorable death.
Well,
I
you
do
haven't
have
seen.
telekinesis.
They might poo in the cave because you haven't seen any of them poo.
Okay.
But who knows? Anyway, I'll be right back.
Yep.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. When I rejoined you last week, I had been partying, and I do not remember anything.
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
we knew that.
I'm so
Yeah, I was fully
sorry.
aware.
I am
But
so sorry. Afterwards, I was like, "Oh shit! I bet I was obnoxious."
No,
No,
it
you-
was
no,
entertaining.
You just
Yeah.
sounded sleepy.
Yeah. We're glad you had fun.
I did indeed. I had no idea I'd be back in time. And when I think like you're drunk, okay, and you get home and you're like, "Oh, my D&D game is still going. I'll totally join, even though I'm in no state to do so."
Star Wars Rage, that's definitely gonna hit different.
Yeah, they're all partying at the canteen all day.
Yeah.
Just that stupid song on endless repeat. That's
Oh,
so you
God,
get the
no.
full immersion experience.
Oh wait, I have to link something. This is super funny.
Definitely doesn't get annoying after 3 hours.
Actually, I've never been there, but I know some people in the LA area, and there's a bar out there called Scum and Villainy Cantina or something like that. And they nights and like a lot of different nerdy stuff, but obviously like Star Wars primarily themed. It's like I wish we have some cool nerd bars here in this area, but like that sounds really cool to me. I would love that kind of theming.
Yeah, the only thing we have nearby my place, we have it's more so just a gamer-centric bar. When you walk in, they have like literally like Pokemon plushies, like Legend of Zelda plushies, that type of stuff.
We have a place called the Forge Tavern, and it's the owners are some folks that work at our local Renaissance Festival as well, and it's a board game and well, all kinds of gaming and dice and card and tabletop gaming store. But then they actually relocated to a new location that like has the full facilities for like restaurant and bar, and they renamed it to the Forge Tavern at that time. And so you can go in there, you can eat, you can drink, and you can pull games off their shelf and play, or you can bring your own games. And they do different like themed events, and it's
Man,
cool.
I hate living in BFE. I don't have anything like that. We have a cowboy bar and a cowboy bar and a regular bar and a regular bar, and that's about it.
Yeah, and we have a couple. We have a couple nerd stores in my area as well, where you can go play games. Most of them don't have any food or drinks. One of them has like a coffee bar, like where you can get an espresso or a cappuccino or something. Yeah.
What's your husband's brewery?
So he's actually kind of stepped back. He's only got like a 2% ownership. They moved locations and they have yet to open. It's going to be in downtown Columbus now. It's called Crafted Culture. But again, my husband is 2% owner. It is majority Black owned, and is the first majority Black owned brewery in Central Ohio. So it's kind of cool claim to fame. But yeah, they're reopening in a much more kind of urban setting than they were before, and Steve just doesn't have the time anymore. So
yeah. Oh, cool. Well, I'm sorry that he's stepping back, unless that's a good thing.
There's still a lot of cool breweries around here, and we still pop out to them a lot, and he knows a lot of the brewers and staff and stuff. So
that's cool.
I think I'm going to step away real quick before Luke gets back.
Yeah, you ready for the quickest school drama bullshit? I told you, like, I've been having problems with that teacher. I upload assignment. She goes, it's an exact copy of the original assignment. She gave me a 0 on it. And I was like, it's an exact copy because it's my copy. Like, I'm the one that submitted it. It's all my work. And the whole group got credit for my work, and she's giving me 0. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
You're still in your semester classes?
Yeah, like this is our final week technically.
You're right. Where do you go?
I just had my last final. Cleveland State.
Gotcha.
So I had to email her being like, no, this is my assignment. I'm the one that did the work. I have the original document. I can supply, timestamp proof, but this is my work that the whole group got assignment for, except for me, because I wasn't part of the group, and I did it. So they get credit for my work and I get nothing. I'm like, what the fuck?
What's your major?
Yeah, it's just been like a bunch of shit.
Did you have the chance to
business.
explain those details?
I just emailed her like during the session, trying to clear it up, because I submitted it like 2 days ago.
Yeah, just approach it like, just remember that you catch more flies with honey. Like I've always found with my professors that even if you're totally in the right, you got to go in really respectful and really calm and just be like, hey, let me tell you what's up. Just go that route.
That is one of my skills. I'm very like personable and stuff. Yeah. So it's like, but I'm like, it doesn't mean I'm not going to be frustrated and vent and be like, what the fuck to you guys,
Right. I don't know you well enough to know for sure whether you were this heated up when you're talking to the professor.
No, I messaged her and I was like, Professor, I seem to have noticed there might be a discrepancy. Yeah, like, fucking charisma at fucking 20, and I'm like, I seem to have noticed that, the assignment that you're submitting for the exact duplication is indeed my assignment that was submitted. I'm like, I can show you proof if you so wish, but, it is my work.
Wow. I
have
hated group assignments so much.
Yeah, I have.
Well,
some,
I
like,
didn't know they
crazy
were
stories
supposed to be
also.
group, so I did it all myself, and she gave me a 0 on the zeros on 2 of them that were supposed to be group work, even though I did all the work and submitted it myself. Because she's like, oh, it was supposed to be group work. You get zeros because it wasn't group. And I was like, well, that's kind of unfair. So I had to go deal with that. And then when I resubmitted it, she goes, no, that's the group work. And I'm like, it's actually mine, but okay. It's just a bunch of bullshit drama.
I do not miss school.
Like, all my other classes are going fine. It's just this one professor in this one class. Like, last
I
semester
can't-
was perfectly fine too.
Yeah, I can't.
I told
wait
that
to
teaching
graduate
lady the
either.
only colors I needed to know are red, white, and blue, and I bounced. School of Hard Knocks.
Oh, I made the mistake of going for my master's, and I
Yeah, I'm in
have-
my master's right now. So
I graduated, and it was the most expensive piece of paper I've ever purchased. And I have used it only for volunteer work with refugees. I have never made a dime
Brag.
off my master's degree. I've never worked in that field.
Man,
And what are you going to school for? Sorry.
I
Who
mean,
were you
I
asking?
think you meant
Yeah. You said you're going to school for your
yeah. So
master?
I graduated last year undergrad. I went to Rutgers for computer science.
Oh,
Now I'm
in
going
New Jersey?
doing. Yeah.
Oh, my mom went there. Weird.
Nice.
Yeah. So now I'm doing analytics at Georgia Tech. It's online
Hey,
though.
that's actually what I'm doing too. With
Oh, yeah,
business.
analytics
Yeah.
major? Nice.
Yeah, accounting analytics.
I mean, I work. I technically work in accounting right now because I'm at. I'm sure you've heard of Prudential.
Yeah.
So that's we do a lot of
Why
that
is
stuff.
it cold
So,
in here?
but yeah, now I'm doing online stuff. Georgia Tech. Classes
Yeah.
start next week for us. For our summer
Most of
session.
the
I'm not taking any summer.
most of the valuable stuff in school is just learning to be responsible. I think at least
And showing up.
yeah,
Yeah,
learning
right.
how to show up for stuff, and be responsible, and
management.
get your work done, time management, people skills.
Oh yeah. I mean, my first year, we have this thing called the RU screw, where you get fucked over basically somehow. I took intro computer science my freshman year. It was supposed to be like an easy intro class. I got a 94. That was the first semester we had a reverse curve, so that 94 was a B on my transcript.
Dope.
What the fuck?
I never had
Yeah,
to deal
shit
with
pisses me
curves. Oh.
Reverse
No,
curve? Go fuck yourself.
I was pretty heated. I was pretty heated that week.
I had a class where I got a 19% in the class, and that was the third highest score in the
Ooh.
class.
Holy wow.
Is that organic chemistry by chance?
Physical
Inorganic
chemistry.
Yeah.
Physical
Yeah,
chemistry.
I've
That
heard of
was
that.
rough.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Although there was a lot of fun in college. I enjoyed going off and living in the dorms and all that stuff.
Mikey enjoyed my college experience.
I definitely lived with Matt for like 2 months while he was in school, and I was right before I joined the military. Yeah. Oh.
See,
I'm
I
muted.
moved from New York to Washington, so I was like all by myself, which I really liked.
Yeah.
My first time away from home.
And you never left? Or have you been back and forth? Because you're
Nope,
still in
still
Washington.
in
aren't you?
Washington.
Yeah.
Well, I knew you were in Washington now. I just didn't know if you'd like been there the whole time since then. Or...
I grew up in New York, and then at like 17, I moved to Washington. So I've
Wow.
been here a lot longer now than I've been in New York. But it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I did it. Learned a lot. I don't know if it was worth how much money it costed, but it was a good experience, that's for sure.
Did you go to UW?
Like education is valuable, but education, is never worth what it costs in this country.
No.
And somehow educators don't get paid enough.
Right?
I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Rutgers literally went on strike for 2 weeks because of that.
Yeah, I heard that. I went to Seattle
go.
U.
Okay.
Jesuit University.
You guys probably have never heard of my colleges.
I
Okay.
bet you I have.
Really?
If it's in Ohio.
My undergrad was at Otterbein University, and my graduate was Ohio Dominican.
Nerds.
Okay, yeah.
I know Ohio
I know
Dominican.
both those.
I don't know Otterburn.
I was looking to
They're
be
both-
a
they're
D3
both
soccer
local.
player in Ohio, so I know all those tiny schools.
Nice. Wow. Okay.
All right.
You know
But-
all our breweries. You know all our schools. Like we live in California.
I'm telling you, the Who Farted
He grew up here.
spice, their spicy
Their hot
sauce,
sauce,
that's the best. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, we've
put
talked
that
about
on
that before.
everything. I
And
know.
I've never even been to their restaurant. They opened their restaurant in downtown Columbus more recently.
Yeah.
But like I've only been to their main facility out in Marengo, which is literally in the middle of a cornfield.
Right.
Gotta love
We
Ohio.
ready to get back to
Yeah,
it.
let's go kill some
Okay.
I
fire
guess
giants.
we can start again. Yeah.
Val
Sorry.
was like, "Oh my god, nerds."
Sorry.
I went
Nerd.
to college. Just nobody knows I'm in BFE, Wyoming. So
Yeah. All right. So you guys are gonna try to wait and see if any of them leave, right?
We're
Yeah.
looking for like a group of 2 that we can follow.
Yeah, that heads a little further out. Yeah.
I wish we had somebody who could pretend to be a deer and get chased.
Right. A druid would be useful for Pass Without Trace right now too.
Yep.
So yeah, night would pass. You all stay nice and cozy up here in the dark in the snow.
Would that reset our lost max HP?
Yes, long rest will heal that.
Excellent.
So it
High
is
five.
now the 66th of winter, 8 a.m. And you are waiting. Anything you want to do or continue to wait for them to leave? It's the morning of the 66th now.
Do we re-up the bond?
Raries? Yeah, sure. You could say you're upping it.
Yeah, I'll keep ritual casting it as we're going through just to make sure.
I am willing to continue waiting if we wish to not lose any possible opportunity here. I just really don't want us to be rash. It's unlikely that they'll stay in there day after day. I just don't know how many hours we'll have to wait.
I really hope there wasn't a secret way out that I missed.
You could spy on them again if you fear that they've left. Have we heard any voices this morning?
Yeah, I mean, you still hear voices inside, like kind of
Okay.
faintly, and you would still see smoke. Like it stopped for a while during the evening, but now in the morning there's smoke coming out of the cave again, which is
I
probably from the
suggest-
fire they have burning in there.
I suggest either we stick it out, even though it is very boring,
Yeah.
or we return to, we leave here and attempt to find allies, should we wish to return and investigate further what is happening.
I'm fine sticking it out. We
Yep.
got a comfy camp
Okay.
up here.
So, about an hour later, it's probably about 9 a.m. at this point, 2 of the giants come walking out. It looks like one of them you recognize as the guy who ran away that you've been
The one we
tracking.
beat up before.
And there is another one with him who says something to him. Oh well, give me stealth checks at advantage up here. 'Cause you've
Sorry, I
been-
didn't mean to drop my set.
You've been hiding for a while.
Oh, I'm finally quiet. I'm covered in snow. I'm covered in snow at this point. Oh god.
Lou,
Oh,
let me
and-
know if that fails because if it's gonna notice, then I'm going to use my.
We covered for you.
I could give
6?
you a flash of genius.
I
But
don't
would
think
that
that's gonna help none.
with a 6, yeah. Well, I
It
don't
can bring him, it'll bring him up to 10.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So
I can
yeah,
just re-roll.
Hohenheim, you're making a bit of noise. So what are you going to use to re-roll? Because you would probably need
Magical
to find-
guidance.
Okay. So that would be 1 sorcery point to re-roll the d20.
Well, are we forced to take that roll?
You must use.
Says you
Yeah.
must use the new
Oh
roll,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, you can't get too much worse than what you got here, so.
I mean, you say that.
Sure.
So
Okay, that's good.
6
12.
or 10 plus 2, and you said you were. Are you still gonna do the flash of genius? Or are you
Yeah,
gonna hope
I'll give him.
All right, so you're a
Can we
little
double up
worried
the
still.
flash?
And you do a flash of genius. So I think all the rest of you are pretty high with advantage.
Yeah, I
so
wasted
go ahead.
that
Go ahead and spend
Oh, I
one
forgot
of
to roll
your
with advantage.
flashes of
so-
genius.
Arapel's been so good at like
yeah.
hanging out up here and staying still that he's now covered in snow, and that's why his stealth is so good.
How many of
Stop
those do you
wasting
have
the nat
left?
20, guys. Come on.
Probably.
How many flash of
think
geniuses do you have? Is that per day or per short rest? I forget.
Let me check.
Dang.
wanna say it's
They're
per day.
usually per day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you use one of those, giving him a bit of a boost. And yeah, the giants would
10 of
not.
those a day. That's
Huh?
fucking awesome. We have 10 flash of geniuses a
Oh,
day.
between all the
in our
artificers.
group.
Oh wow, I forgot. Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, these two come out. One of them says something to the other one, and he seems like he's a bit dejected. It's the one that you guys defeated.
and they're walking right through their urine stream.
Trying to avoid it, but they're kind of going down to the south this way. Give me an insight check. You might know something.
Do we need to be trained?
What's me?
Probably not, but it would definitely
Yeah.
help.
Uh-oh.
You're
so-
right, it would help.
Hohenheim, you think they might be going out hunting, as they have a bunch of rocks to throw at things.
Oh,
Maybe to get some
I
more
relay
food.
that to the group.
Okay.
Do we
I
get the hunting
recommend.
party or do we get the rest?
I think the hunting party, and I recommend that we let them get a little ahead before we move, and then we skirt around the hole and follow.
I'd agree. I think that's a solid plan.
Tiny friend smart.
Okay,
Hunt the
Onward.
hunters.
so the plan is to try to rush them, I assume?
No, we want.
I mean,
to
not here,
let,
but like further out.
right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, when we see a good moment, then
Okay.
yeah.
You're gonna
Once we
jump
catch
them.
up to
Because it's going to
first
be...
goal is to make sure they're nowhere near the cave. But then yeah, we're gonna look for a good moment and probably rush them.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to sneak up on them if you're trying to,
Like we'll look for an opportunity where we might be able to have some sort of advantage of surprise. But we're gonna rush them. At
Okay.
some point, we're gonna rush them.
We're gonna Russian.
rush them.
Leroy.
I thought we were Teruvian, not Russian.
Oh, wait.
Uh,
Womp womp.
I was trying to get a Russian joke in there, but
If
I
you're
didn't
a
want to lose sponsorship.
well, that's what happens when you Russian the jokes, Matt. Don't think about it.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
If you're a Russian in the living room, what are you in the bathroom?
Bunch of nerds.
European.
European.
Oh my god, I never could have known actually.
Unsubscribe. This is why I only have 2 viewers. Because of you guys.
Right, it's our fault.
I view
Those-
your
those
stream
2
just because it's
viewers
so
are
good.
probably us.
Yep,
All right.
I'm logged on.
So
I'm not, but
the giants head to a nearby area that has a bunch of trees. And I'll say that's where you are going to come at them.
yay.
So let me set that up. Unfortunately, you
We got
really
15
have...
minutes to finish this off.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll defeat him in 15, but we can at least get going.
Oh,
You
we
probably
will.
won't have the ability to jump them just because you're trying to come in on them fast.
So as we're prepping to come in on
You
him fast,
say that
Val's
because
gonna
some of us
summon
are
his
short.
entire astral. That way we're ready to rock and roll.
How long does
So-
that last?
Well,
Two key 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, good. Yeah.
we'll do
So yeah.
initiative, and I'll say you had that going already. So
I mean, yeah, if we're
when
gonna
you-
jump, I'm also gonna prep some stuff.
When you see your token, you can move it within 15 feet of the group and roll
Oh, we look
initiative.
so tiny.
But yeah, they would see you coming. So go ahead, move your token to where you want to be, within 15 feet of the
I'm
group as a
slightly
whole.
uncomfortable with the fact that there's another cave, but
How is
Ooh,
a
love.
okay?
Huh?
So how is a
What?
natural 1
Huh?
higher than?
Huh?
I don't
That's
don't
impressive.
understand.
Oh, it's rolling advantage. So one of
Yeah.
your rolls
Oh, so
was
I
a
already
1,
rolled
one was
You
a
advantage.
rolled a 1 and
19.
a 19.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look,
Yeah.
if you
Okay.
mouse over it, it shows you.
So I
Oh,
would say
okay.
the
That's why I clicked.
2114 is your real roll. You didn't have to roll again. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can I precast like have some prep spells? Well, I just want to precast haste and a crimson right.
Oh shit.
So
We did know we were running up on them.
yeah, they just might hear you. If you guys are gonna cast spells, they may have heard you coming from further back. That would be my only stipulation.
I mean, I think
Well, we
that's-
can't sneak up on them anyways, so what's it matter?
True.
Yeah.
We're not going to get a
All
surprise
right,
attack
so
off.
I was
let's
gonna just
say-
roll up and just whistle at them.
Hey, you guys. All right. So
Remember that ass
Me?
beating you got? We're here for round 2.
all right.
So I
So,
should change mine
So
to
can I
say,
the 21.
so the first
Yeah.
to go.
Oh shit! I forgot to roll initiative. My bad.
Wait, so
yeah,
can I say,
Arafel,
yeah,
yeah,
prepped?
it's like you should be second. So
If
change
you
yours.
want to cast,
Yeah,
then you'll
I
just
tried to-
be down one of the rounds. You'll be at 9 instead
go.
of 10 rounds of haste.
Sorry, Lou. I had to change
Sure.
my initiative back because I rolled second. I rolled the second
Yeah,
one by
that's
accident.
fine. You can adjust it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just when you hit the timer, set it to 9 instead of 10 for haste.
Okay.
Because I think it gives you the option to adjust that.
I'm gonna also mark.
All right, so the first
This
one to
one.
go.
Okay.
Well, you probably would have to cast Mark in the initiative, but Valaman, you would be the first one to go. So what do you want to do? The giants turn around as they hear the party rushing up with the spells being cast and everything, and the one will recognize you and roar angrily. It's yelling something in giant, which I don't know if you all.
Yep, I can hear him.
Be Valaman,
It's the
yeah.
ones who attacked me. What are they doing here? And they are both picking up their rocks now and getting ready to throw them. But Valaman, you are first. What do you want to do?
How far are we from the main cave?
This is a couple hours away. You're pretty far.
Oh, good.
I'll say
Fantastic.
an hour away.
I amplify my voice. Ready for ass beating round 2? And I rush him.
Now we're rushing.
The other, the second one would say, "These puny things defeated you. I'll cut them in half."
Is there an aura around us?
There shouldn't be.
There's like a white
It-
circle.
It seems like it's around Noam Chomsky, which I can't figure out why. But
Is it
I
our
guess I
vision?
should.
I'm not seeing it,
No,
but-
there shouldn't be. I can look at Gnome's token. Oh, yeah, Gnome, you still have the color thing set up. I'm gonna change that.
The color thing's set up.
All right, it should be fixed. So yeah,
I still
Valaman,
see it. but-
what are you
okay.
gonna do?
So, with my 10-foot reach, I can hit him from here, right? Or do I need to step up?
Yeah. Did you have enough movement to get up to him?
He's a
Yeah.
monk.
Cat's
Of course
dash.
you did.
The Baxi monk.
Oh, he's a tabaxi monk.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I
go
got the
ahead
moves.
and make your attack. You are within his range now too.
So, he would still get oppies if I tried to back out then?
Yes, he has a reach of 10 feet because he's a
Cotton-headed
15
ninny
foot tall
muggins.
giant.
Bug it. Smoke him.
I mean, I think that's what they did to you last time. 15.
Yeah,
Nope,
yeah.
it's gonna tink off of his armor.
Oh yeah. These guys were hard to hit.
Second shot.
I gotta look through here. I'm thinking of my other character. Let's see here. So I'm going to strike again.
Yeah, 27 will land on the second
Nice.
hit.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see. So if I add Stunning Strike on that, that looks like that doesn't cost anything else other than key points.
Yes, it costs a key point to attempt it.
Attempting it.
Okay. So go ahead and do damage, 6 bludgeoning, and link your Stunning Strike. I believe he has to make a con save.
EC 18.
They seem like they'd be pretty good at con saves.
Yeah.
Oh, but he doesn't roll very well.
Nice.
3, so I think that did stun him.
Cool. So then spend a second key point.
You
For-
don't need to do that because he's stunned. You can just run away.
I think he meant to flurry.
Yeah.
Oh,
flurry
sorry.
blows.
My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, shut it, Chomsky. Just kidding.
Yeah. Can I tack with that Stunning Strike since that was... It's only once per turn on the Empowered Arms. On hit, add plus D8 to damage once per turn. Or do I need to hit him again since I was already doing the Stunning Strike?
No, you can... I think the ability just says the first time you hit, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you can put the D8 on that. Alright, so you
Okay.
take 5 from that hit extra.
Okay, and then dropping another key here for 2 more hits. Boom.
Alright, so yeah. Oh,
Crit.
Oh.
Let's go.
Yeah. So you quickly strike again with your creepy looking
Ooh.
arms. Doing... why didn't it roll crit? Well, give me another D8 roll.
Okay.
Should have auto-rolled that, but maybe you have it set up differently.
Mm-hmm.
19 damage, yep. And the
Nice.
4th attack.
Oh, I'm
28
sexy
strikes.
and I know it.
Alright, so he takes another 10. Anything else?
5, I'm at 80, 85, 90, 95. Because every second diagonal is an additional 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and you are in fairly deep snow. So I forgot that would be difficult
Oh, no.
terrain.
So would I have been able to get any attacks off then?
Well, I meant this stuff that you're near.
Oh, good.
Oh, if I go through it. Okay, so
Yes.
5,
Oh,
so 80, 85, 90, 95, 100.
Okay. So that's it for you. Who's
Correct.
okay. Why am I so far back here?
Oh,
I don't know.
Put yourself there.
Yep, apparently. I am
trudging through.
coming. I will probably have to dash. Yeah. Wait, how do I do this with calculating diagonals? Can I just...
It should.
It should
should
do it
count it
for
for you.
you.
You
Oh,
just
okay,
have to
if I
add
do the
difficult
track, okay.
terrain. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you only have to worry exactly if you go over difficult terrain.
All right. With so dashing here. Coming, Valaman. And I will just I'll rage.
All right, Uslug flies into
Assuming
a
that-
furious rage.
Be getting hit.
Which one is the one we already beat up?
The one that
this
I just
one
stunned.
is
Okay.
stunned.
After I told him he was ready for ass beating round 2.
This guy is
You'll
just
find that
laughing at
is
the
very
other guy.
competitive.
Arapel.
All right, I'm going to run my full movement, which I think I can get to here. And I am still seeing a big 60-foot white circle around me in my vision.
So-
And I'm going to...
There, by the way, I think you should be marked with the haste icon.
Oh yeah,
and
my
the,
bad. Give it to me.
two-handed, because I believe you have a sword and shield right now.
Me?
Yeah, don't you? Or
No,
you...
no.
Oh, you
unarmed.
just have
Thunder
unarmed.
Gauntlets.
Okay.
Oh, also, yeah.
All right, so Arapel, you move up there.
Yeah, and I'm going
Go find
to
the bunny.
take out my sensor, and I'm going to cast Crusader's Mantle. And then I'm going to put some extra acid damage on my sensor, and that's my turn. I'll link it here in a moment.
All right, Hohenheim.
I just realized why that stunning strike hit. I am at crotch height when I'm punching. Makes sense.
You're more like knee height for these guys.
Okay. Have to swing up with the astral arms. Duly noted.
And do like a Shoryuken. Yeah. So yeah, what are you doing, Hohenheim?
I moved up 30 feet.
Oh, you're really quiet.
Can you still hear me? No.
Put your
Barely.
mic closer to your face.
Oh, is that better?
Yes.
Yep.
Much.
Okay. Much. Yeah, sorry, I moved up 30 feet and I was checking distances to see what spell I wanted to cast. So, now that I know I am within 90 feet,
Yes.
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do... No, he's stunned. How long does a stun last for, I guess, is my other question before I do this.
Till the
Oh, there's
start
two of
of
them.
or end of his next turn. So the end of
Okay.
your monk's next turn.
Okay. Well, then I am going to twin cast Hold Monster.
All right.
Let me... Dink.
Go ahead and link it.
Yeah. Oh, it's not on my little thing. I gotta actually click it. Is that because it's not an attack roll?
Probably. I think there should be a
It's not
spells button though.
Oh, there is. Okay, see, I'm learning. Okay, spells. That did. Hey, there we go. Okay, yeah.
Alright, so you
Right.
cast Hold Monster, which forces them to make what's it called? Wisdom save.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first one will fail.
Let me subtract.
Now he
Nice.
is held and stunned. The second one will fail as well. So they are both held.
+2 modifier.
Yeah, and then that's it. That's all I got.
Alright, so concentrating and a timer, please.
Nice.
And what's the timer? 10, right?
Yeah. Alright, so the first fire giant is stunned and paralyzed at the end of his turn. He gets a wisdom save. I think he just failed it, right? His DC is
Correct.
19.
Damn.
Nice.
That's fucking awesome.
Carl.
He's supposed to go after me.
Oh.
I've changed his
Malin.
thing a little late.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take off for this guy right here. So let me see.
Okay.
Well,
gotta
he's
do a reset.
paralyzed. I can just use dash action. Well, it doesn't actually matter because I'm not gonna be able to attack on this turn. Wait, no, I have an action with my.
So you can move up to 60 with
If-
normal movement. Then you can dash. Then you can do your action to attack him.
So
Oh,
if I
you can
dash.
move 60 with your normal movement. Wow.
Oh, no,
Oh,
I'm
he's hasted.
hasted right now.
Oh,
So-
that's me.
So I can get up to him with the dash. That means I can do one regular attack and then bonus action offhand attack, right?
I think so. Can you link?
So I still have my
haste?
bonus action, or
Because I'm pretty sure you don't have to do an attack with your main action to get the hasted action. So I think that'll work.
You are correct. You could just use yeah.
okay. So,
So use a
Do I make a
bonus
regular-
action, and yeah, your hasted action to attack him.
since he's being held, do I get advantage or just regular punch?
It is advantage, yes.
Okay, so 1, 2.
Yeah, those would both hit, and those would both crit because of the old person.
Oh, it's crit. Okay, so well, I mean, I'm gonna apply smites on them. So this,
Oh, shit.
this.
All right,
Can you tell?
get
Sorry, I don't have it
an
set up.
extra 2d6. So roll 2d6.
And 2d4. It looks like his lightning is rolled as well.
Yeah, 'cause I have my-
Yeah, so an extra 2d4.
I love this music.
Eight.
So we're gonna
This
now
is
start applying
insane.
some smites, guys. So we're gonna apply 2 level 2 smites. So that's
So that would be
3d8, 6d8, 12d8, 12d8.
yes, I believe so. So you spend 2 level 2 spells.
Holy shit. That's what?
Alright, so there's a large explosion of energy. He's still looking pretty healthy. Anything else?
I'm good.
No.
This music was so good.
I am going to command Carl to run forward as far as he can. And when I get within 60 feet of that guy, I'm going to throw a Mind Sliver on him.
Okay. Give me one moment.
Oh, am I still short? I am.
Okay.
Carl can dash.
I did like 84 damage in a single turn on this guy.
Well, the crits helped. A lot.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, he's still fine. He's still,
Good opening salvo.
He's not even bloodied.
So it looks like you only spent 4 sorcery points on that twin. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, because I subtracted 1 from my secondary slot. I used 1 for the reroll, and then I used 1 more in my meta magic sorcery point.
Oh,
Do you want me
okay.
to all this together?
No, I just need to know what you were using for that. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fine. I was just seeing that. All right. So, Gnome, what did you do?
I commanded Carl to run forward. He did action dash, and
Yeah.
when I got within 60 feet, I threw a Mind Sliver on that guy.
All right. So that is an int save. Oh, he would not resist it.
Nail.
Okay. So he takes 14.
Damn, 20, man.
Anything else?
I was bonus action. I'll tell. No, that one's got a weak mind.
So did you use a reaction to do that?
That is exactly what I did.
Okay. So that is it for you and Carl. The fire giant down here is to make a save at the end of his turn. Nope, he is still held. Valaman, new round.
Thanks for the punching bags, guys. You know, I can, get some good slugs in.
Okay, so move to there.
Yeah.
Punch.
Yeah, 25 will strike him.
If I had managed to move 5 more feet, I would have been able to roll my Crusader's Mantle twice for Malin's crits.
Oh, whoa.
Wait, would that?
No,
What'd
it's
that
fine.
do?
My aura would have amped up your fights,
Alright,
your
so
attacks even more.
19
Nice.
on that
I've never heard that
attack.
before.
E-point.
And another 19 will hit for another 9. Did you double for the crit? I don't see the extra 2d8.
I did not double for the crit.
There was a crit. Oh, that's right. They're all crits. That's amazing. Oh.
So that's another 13 for that attack, and that would actually wound him.
Okay, so we're at
second attack.
3. Yep, 3 attacks. So here's 4th. Ooh.
Wait, is that a double? Oh wait, no, it's just an automatic crit. It doesn't even.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
still
another
need the
D8.
damage on your third attack. I don't see a damage roll for the third attack.
Okay, third attack damage will be the 7.
Plus another d8.
Plus another D8.
because it's a crit. So another 12 damage, and the fourth attack is going to be 9 plus one more D8. All right, so 12. Yeah, he is getting pretty beat up. That's it for you?
Just stepping back.
So this one is wounded and the other is not?
Yes.
That's what
Usla.
I'm saying.
Yeah, what's up? Val came in hitting, baby.
Clearly, my
It's like
opponent is
you
much
get
tougher than
you
yours.
two. You
I
guys
know.
got
I
this
was
covered.
just.
I'm
I
just
just
gonna go
thought those
home.
smites would have been like, yeah, those smites would have put the other guy at half, if anyone.
Clearly, my opponent is tougher. This guy, yeah, clearly,
Also
You went for
hitting
the-
4
the
times
tougher
around.
opponent. Yep.
Yeah, so I would hit 4 times around also, but I just, I wasn't close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Run
Usla,
faster.
what are you doing?
Okay,
So true.
25,
Gotta hit the treadmill,
30,
honestly.
right.
25, 30, 35, 40. I can get there.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you really did a number on this guy. All right.
Use his beanbag as a speed bag. It's fine.
Right. I will. I'll get to swinging.
All right.
I guess it's at advantage. Yes. Still.
Yeah, they are still held.
And he's done.
All right.
This is the
yep.
best hold monster spell I've ever done. It's
Oh my
absurd.
I agree.
God.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, I don't think it doubled your Divine Fury, did it?
Is it supposed to?
Highlight is not.
God.
You're supposed to
D6.
crit, so it should be an extra D6.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was minus a 6 from that.
Yeah, just a
'cause-
6. Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
19.
Still a good roll.
Okay. So 46.
46.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
That's crazy.
I can't even dream of doing that damage.
Second attack.
Get some high damage.
No, I'm sorry. It's 39 because the second divine fury was only 6, not 12.
Can you set it? Well, that's fine. We'll just have to roll it.
Yeah, I have to fix that, I think.
So second attack.
I start using our health spell slots. Shit.
Yeah, 22 will land.
Oh, no
Uh,
divine fury on that one. Sorry.
So 13.
2016.
Oh, and he would go down. So you hop up and cut into him. Anything else?
My guy's not even
That
bloodied.
is it. I just look back at Valman and give him a thumbs up.
Get it, girl.
Wow.
You know how
Just
we roll.
There we
Hitting
go.
117 times, and he's still up. Usar just comes, swings twice, drops him.
I can't even get to him and still do something. So, wow. I guess I'll just hop down here and do a sacred flame.
All right, you do a sacred flame on him. How much are you hitting him for?
Oh, it looks like my macro's dead. So that's
Oh, they take it like
spell attack bonus is 9. 13.
There is no spell attack. It would just be a dex
Oh.
save, which he would fail because he's.
Oh, that's right. It's a save. Okay.
So
Oh,
I
okay.
just need the
All right.
2d8.
Oh,
radiant,
sorry. Yeah.
3d8.
Or 3d8.
Sorry, my macro doesn't seem to be working. I'll have to drag that spell back out. There you go.
All right, so he takes.
Oh
5
wait,
damage.
I do extra on cantrips. I do some radiant damage. I'm sorry, I wish my macros were working. Let me find it here. It's is it? Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of cleric. Okay, never mind.
All right.
That's my turn.
And actually, we should probably stop there because I just realized. So yeah, let's
Yeah.
do MVP votes, and we'll pick up with Hohenheim next time.
Yeah.
What's the command again?
/W space GM space the name of the person you're voting for.
We got
Yeah,
a cave
like,
behind us.
Got you.
We're about to jump. wonder what they're
So it looks like there is a tie between Hohenheim and Malin. So two of you give me D20 roll off.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
I was not expecting it at all. All right, you got it right in the middle, dude. 50-50.
Yeah.
Aw.
So Hohenheim,
Handshakes.
you are the MVP.
Dice were not in my favor.
Dude,
Um,
I was
congrats.
quiet the whole time. You guys did everything else. All I did was do one spell, and I get it. I appreciate.
That was probably the most valuable spell of that
That was
combat.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that really made that. Yeah.
Like a lot of those hits would have missed if they weren't paralyzed. Like you
Yeah.
pretty much
And they'd be hitting
gave them
back.
all their damage. So anyway, that is it for this time. Good job, everyone.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I gotta ask real quick. How many inspiration points do we start with, or story points do we start with?
1.
Okay, so I got 1 for scribe, 1 now, so I should be at 3, right then?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was talking to Mary about this a little bit. I'm probably going to change how you can spend inspiration. So you can be inspired, and you can use an action or a bonus action to spend a story point to become inspired. Just so it's going to be harder to just spam.
Like you only have 1 inspiration, but then you can use, after you've spent that inspiration, you can use a story point as an action or bonus action to
so
become inspired again. So you have
basically,
another one
like
to use.
in combat, yeah, you can only have 1 unless you're going to spend an action or a bonus action to become re-inspired.
Oh, I see.
So, and you
That's
can only do it
cool.
like once around. So basically, just slows down the slows down the advantage spam that can happen when someone has like a bunch of points saved up and just keeps using inspiration over and over. So it makes you be a little bit more tactical during the round.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because I've felt like that's one of the downsides of the way I've been doing it, is that people just wait till there's a really
Save
bad
them up for them.
situation and get like 8 rolls in a row with inspiration. So
All right,
yeah, I haven't implemented it yet, but that's my plan.
but that's where it's going.
Just to balance it a little bit. So just giving you a forewarning. But other than that, yeah, I'm going to take some notes, and good job.
I do
Yeah.
like the ideas of using the inspiration points for other things to affect the game that you implemented. I'm a big fan
Story
of those.
points,
So
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
Yeah.
if you
I
can,
just wish
I
I
think you
could
might be
save
able to
them
come
up.
up with other ideas, because I think that adds a super cool element to the game.
Yeah, and I probably will come up with other stuff at some point. But that's just, I want to see how this goes, and like, actually, most people haven't done anything with that yet, so. I'm curious to
Ophelia's
see.
like one story point away, so for the 10.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like Ulrich's getting there as well.
Yeah. But
But yeah, I burned through my story points pretty quickly.
Yeah, you like using them on everything. I'm like a hoarder, but I like saving them. All right, guys, I'm done for the night. Pleasure, good game.
Me too.
Appreciate it.
Good game.
See
Thank you
guys
for the
next week.
Night,
session,
everybody.
Lou. Really appreciate
good
it.
fight.
See y'all.
yeah.
Later.
Till next week.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Next week. Thanks, Lou.
Gotta say though, I mean, I really am enjoying this campaign. Like, thanks for having me. I mean, I've been hopping around. I was trying to look for different campaigns, and this one's just like, the vibe, and
Well, I'm glad
The
you're
group is
enjoying
just
it. You're only like
so
2
much better.
sessions in, so it's good that you.
No, because like I've done like, I was, like I said, I just started looking for like even paid like campaigns, looking at different stuff, and like some of them, one of them, like the DM, was just like over explaining things, like going too long. Other times, like the group was just off. Like here, I feel like much better fit in. We're having a great time together. That's just the vibe I was going for.
Yeah, I haven't tried too many other DMs. At least not paid DMs, so I'm not sure what's out there. But I've heard people seem to like my style. So not everyone, obviously, but a lot of people. So I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, going in, like, I always did only free campaigns, but they would always like either A, start low level, or B, just like end. It was like super early.
For me, it was the sessions that were canceled last minute that you were really looking forward to, like that.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
like it sounds crazy, but like just from a mental health aspect, like when that's your unwind and you're looking forward to it, like, and then it just gets the rug swept out from under you, like within hours or less than an hour before. Oh, that was the worst. I like that professional DMs are more like reliable, and your fellow teammates are more reliable because they're invested monetarily, you know? So
Yeah, no, definitely, because I literally had the same the previous campaign I joined. I was like, all right, I've been waiting for this. And I'm like, oh, sorry, the DM's like, I can't make it this week. I'll see you guys next week.
yeah, I mean, I've had lovely experiences in free games, but I just had a lot of cancellations and a lot of unreliability and a lot of groups that fizzled that I was looking forward to playing with.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I don't know how many times I've rolled stats and like been like, oh my gosh, these rolls are really good, and I build this character and I'm ready to play, and then the campaign doesn't happen.
Yep. No, that's really. And I was like, look, I mean, honestly, like, I'm going to find other people who are willing to pay for the campaign and want to invest time and do stuff like here. So, absolutely.
Well, it's very good to have you. Thank you,
I
Lou.
appreciate it.
I'm out for the night. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Good night. I'll head out also. Again, thanks for the session. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. See you next time.